Okay, guys, we are live! So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your guide to the end of the world today. Because today we are going to be taking out for the first time, on our channel at least, the newest edition of a old classic, Twilight 2000. Twilight 2000, for those who are not familiar with it, is one of these retro games that is truly retro in the sense that it is set in the past future of the year 2000 as seen from the 1980s. Twilight 2000, I can't remember when it was originally published, but it's had 4 editions. This is technically the 4th edition, 2 editions published by Game Designers Workshop originally, 1984, there we go. So 84 was the first one. I want to say 89 is when the second one came out. 90, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going from like what year I was when I got the game. We were talking before we went live, all of us are familiar with Twilight 2000 to one degree or another, and Carl's actually been running this edition for 2 years now. So he is very familiar with the edition, but it's been something that's been on my wish list for quite some time, and after a recent great experience with the Alien RPG, I was really doubly excited to get this to the table, and I had 2 willing veterans to join us in the world after the end of the world. So let me introduce you to them. I'll go the order I got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing today? First up, we've got Carl.
Hello, I'm Carl, and I'm playing Staff Sergeant Tex Gibbs.
Nice. Now, one thing I put down Tex because that's one of the suggested ones from the list, but we sort of all started calling him Gibbs in chat, so I'll leave it to you, Carl, whatever his nickname is.
I'll put both.
Okay. I mean, it could very well be that his former, Ranger comrades called him Tex and everyone else just calls him Gibbs.
We'll see how much I can affect a Texas accent.
Yeah, it'll be a real struggle for you, I'm sure.
It might be.
And joining Carl on this road to the apocalypse, or after the apocalypse, is George.
Hey everybody, I'm George. I'm playing CIA Officer Campbell with a sidekick kind of character, Doc Nielsen. And I was saying to the guys the last time I played this game was 1985.
Nice.
So
yeah, I guess Gibbs's sidekick is Tabby Lewis, the driver and mechanic.
Mm-hmm. So before we get in, one of the things that's very cool about the game is it gives you a handout, which I think I loaded a PDF of it, but both of you guys will have physical copies. You can feel free to reference the maps as much as you, or the maps, the guide to loads and the maps, the fold-out maps as well. We can assume your character will have a copy of the Polish map. For those who may be familiar with the 4th edition, Twilight 2000, the starter set gives you 2 options for playing. You can play in Sweden, or you can play in Poland. We're going to go classic and play in Poland. And where is here we go. All right. The way the advice that the game gives is to just play. Pick a point in the map, set up the characters the way they're set up, and then just play. And well, that's what we're going to do. So I've taken that advice, and we'll see how well that plays out. But before we get going, I wanted to sort of set the stage a little bit for this. I think the only thing you need to think of is, if you think of the apocalypse, I think the thing you can think of like the apocalypse, the way you can understand the apocalypse is like I think maybe this is the way to think of it. A long-term bad marriage. A long-term bad marriage isn't something that necessarily starts bad and stays bad and then you stick in it, absent any kind of religious reasons for staying in a marriage. In some cases, it's very much like the proverbial camel, right? The saying goes, the straw that broke the camel's back, but what people tend to forget in that adage is the completely inconsequential little moves towards that by placing a single straw on that camel's back. And that's what the apocalypse of Twilight 2000 is very much like. Twilight 2000 is the story of what happens after the end of the world. But the end of the world isn't an apocalyptic Armageddon that suddenly marks or demarcates the world before and the world afterwards. It is a progression of those small straws finally building up and building up and building up until finally one in a series of seemingly identical incidents ends it all. And that's where we're finding ourselves. Like a bad marriage, something you wake up and realize, holy fuck, like, what? How the hell did I get here? And that's sort of where our heroes. I've been avoiding saying that. Our veterans are. 2 days ago is when the last offensive was launched. Or at least let me rephrase that. 2 days ago is when it definitively ended. You were part of, in one capacity or another, it's the 5th Regimental, 5th Infantry Division, mechanized. And you were part of something called Operation Reset. What that was, what the big picture was, is difficult to tell. Radios haven't been working all that great. Long-range electronics and whatnot have been wiped out by, low-yield nuclear explosions. EMP has wreaked havoc on all sorts of things. So having a direct line of command, there may not even been a big picture. But what you find is sometime last night while you were sleeping, the last of the regular infantry artillery barrages ended. Our adventure, or at least the road after the apocalypse, starts. Where are we here? Here's Kalitz. You guys are right around here. I want to say it's the Posna River. I may have that wrong. I looked it up. It's not on the map here, and I looked it up, and it's actually a tiny little creek, really. That's if you see the actual thing. But this creek here, to the south, there is what since the 50s there's been a nature preserve down there that you guys maybe have heard about, and with a vehicle that was repurposed from some would-be raiders or marauders. You guys drove south, and you've been driving for continually hearing the sounds of artillery, the distinctive crack of AKs in pursuit. It's been 2 days of constant driving. In the morning is April 19th, 2000. Yesterday was the end of the world. Let's see what happens today. So, where we wake up, I've got on the screen here your copy of the Polonets, or the stolen vehicle, the Polish vehicle that you guys have. As you guys are aware, I thought about this, but I forgot to do it. Back in the day, Arlen had put together a really clever, little thing for marking where you are on in one ring. And I thought that next time I run this, I'm going to have a little grid so you know what part of the day you're in, right? Because I think a really way there's 4 phases in the day. What is it? Morning, afternoon, evening, and night, I think. Mm-hmm. And each of those different segments of the day will shifts in the day. You get to decide how you want to spend those. Every character needs to sleep one of those shifts, and you can travel 2 of them without any kind of consequence. The picture you see on the screen is the nature preserve, whose name I've already forgotten, because it is, and really at this point, who really cares? What I want to do is get caught up on where our heroes are, where our veterans are right now. So, if we can go to first the squad gear, let's roll up what everyone has here. So there were some jerry cans in the back. Who would like to roll D100 to tell us how many liters of gas you've got?
We'll just go back and forth.
Carl's, that's a good idea.
Not very many.
20. Okay, so if you could adjust, edit the squad gear to have 20 liters of gasoline.
I can take care of that, Carl.
Okay. So Carl will roll, and George, you can fill out.
Carl, that's a good idea.
We can go back and forth, right?
Oh, whatever you guys prefer.
Either way. Why don't I just I'll type in the whatever you roll, Carl, and that'll probably be quicker.
All right.
So Carl, give us a D6 for personal medkits.
And then I can blame you with that when the game goes badly.
Okay, 4 personal medkits. Go ahead and give us a D6 for clean water.
Not a lot of clean water.
Okay. You got your toy swords in there. So the half pack of cigarettes. I fucking love this about this game. If you smoke it, it reduces your stress.
Yeah.
That's great.
I will say, not just for that, like every single potentially consequential piece of equipment has some consequence and some useful game mechanic. I absolutely love that. There's an electric mixer that's in there. You assume that they grabbed it for parts because it can be stripped and then those parts can be used
like a Polish knockoff of a KitchenAid. Is that what we got?
Exactly. Yep. There's a broken bullhorn, a cartoon face mask, a raincoat, which I'm assuming that whoever is on, I think Gibbs, you may have this on just because it was raining yesterday. It's overcast today. Because you're going to be the one, I'm assuming, having the last hour of watch, and then a frying pan, which actually grants you a +1 for cooking.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm sure Doc took the half pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, from the looks of things.
If we go by the picture.
Yep.
Each of you also has some personal gear that I've listed. I've left as D6s for each of the things. So if you want to go by, roll your field rations, your reloads, your what do you call it? Clean water for each of those, and then just adjust the weight accordingly. So if you've got 3 reloads of or 3, the reloads don't weigh anything, I think. I couldn't find anywhere where it says it. The clean water weighs 0.5, so if you've got 4 rations of clean water, that's 2 weight of gear. For those ooh, that's not. Whatever it is that you're rolling for, George, that ain't good. For those listening at home, who aren't familiar with it, the newest version of Twilight 2000 uses an abstracted mechanic for tracking encumbrance, which is a pretty nice way of making it matter, but not making it onerous. So you're calculating out all the different tonnage and whatnot. When do you guys want to consume your water and ration? We can just set a time for when is it when you're making camp or cooking? Not first thing.
By default, evening, unless that changes. I would say morning and day. We move or drive. Evening, set up camp and do camp type stuff. Yeah. At least that's what Gibbs suggests. He doesn't, strongly suggest, even though there's no. You might look at Campbell for. Hopefully you'll agree. If not, we'll arm wrestle about it.
So one thing I'll to bring, I guess, folks at home up to speed too, is the rough backstory of this is when Kalitz fell. Doc was serving in a field hospital. Tabby was transporting wounded back to the field hospital. They were at said hospital when the Russian forces or Soviet forces overwhelmed the area. Gibbs's squad of Rangers are the reason that Doc and Tabby aren't dead. But unfortunately, Gibbs was the only one to get them out. They're also the only ones he was able to get out. And while they were trying to go, Gibbs got hit by some local opportunists, shall we say. And Tabby and Campbell were about to pay, or not Tabby Campbell, Tabby and Doc were about to pay the final price when a woman who seemingly was a local came out of nowhere, put 1 bullet in each of the 3 marauders' heads. Doc's quick action saved Gibbs's life. Tabby and Campbell took control of the marauders' vehicle, turned south, and didn't look back. Gibbs may have had a different strategy in mind for, if he had been awake and had thought this through. But now that you were a day, past and into the woods with seemingly hunter-killer squads from the Spetsnaz lurking in the hills, you could hear Gibbs, and the difference between, an M16, an M4, and an AK firing. And you've been hearing a lot more AKs yesterday than you did the day before, and a lot less American-made weapons. I'm assuming that Gibbs, while everyone else is kind of making camp and whatnot, Gibbs takes his nap in the evening, and then you keep watch over overnight. let's talk a little bit about what the travel situation has been. Am I correct in thinking that it's going to be Gibbs or someone, or maybe Campbell, who is keeping an eye out, who's keeping watch while you travel?
Campbell would definitely like to be one of those people, at least.
Okay.
Yep. I think Tabby's going to be driving.
Yeah. And because this is really shitty terrain, you get a -1 modifier for driving through forest. And unfortunately, you move at half a hex between the suitability for the Polonettes for going over land and the terrain you're moving through. But if you've got Doc acting as a co-pilot for her, that would negate the -1 to her driving.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And then other tasks...
They can both be keeping watch or splitting time, keeping watch and resting.
Yeah, like you can choose
the best thing.
You can rest in a moving vehicle as well. So if Tex like sleeps during the day, then you could say that, morning is when he gets his sleep in, where Campbell keeps watch. Then in the afternoon you take over. Mm-hmm. Who is? Because it's survival, I believe. Oh, is it survival or is it recon that's used for navigating?
Recon.
For navigating, okay, yeah.
Survival for navigating.
Survival for navigating.
Recon for like stealth and spot and observation.
So for the terrain you're moving through, it's really only every second hex. It's not 1 hex per day. It's 1 hex per shift that you travel.
Yeah. Oh, is that really?
Yeah.
We're
half hex per shift. So what it means is that you could wait till the afternoon for Gibbs to make the roll for navigating as you move from 1 hex to another.
Oh, we're off road, I guess.
Yeah. Let me do this. Let me grab the Polonettes and I'll put you just so we know precisely where you guys are. Make the Polonettes is a map layer.
Yeah.
Let me copy this and we'll go over to the map. Truly the most glamorous travel icon we've used is the ESO Polonettes.
Yeah.
Some people want to have a wagon or a majestic steed or even a war ram. Nope, you guys get a 90s hatchback. Here we go. Let's zoom in a scooch. So you guys are currently right here.
Okay.
So we've been driving. So per shift we can move like 1 hex, apparently.
Per shift you can move half a hex. Because it's 1 normally off-road.
Gotcha. And then woods, it's half. Yeah, I got it.
So
I'm looking at the table on page 138 in the book, if people are following along.
130 is great, too. Like the books seem to be designed to be referenced at the table, which I really like. Great colors. Okay, so this is where, if you guys can... Do I have you guys on this map? I think so, right?
Yeah.
So... We'll make plans in a moment. We've got what everyone's gear is. We know what everyone's covering. There is a moment early in the morning. It's April, so the light doesn't come till a little later in the day. And Gibbs, this is now the second night that you've been on watch for everyone. It also is the first opportunity you have to have some silence and catch your breath. It was raining yesterday, and the driving for the Polonettes, incidentally, was rough. So what I'm just going to see if anything has happened to the Polonettes in the first 2 days. If Tabby could just give us a driving check. We'll take 2 of them.
Okay.
Perfect, great, and no trouble. So in what has been, when Gibbs did finally wake up on the morning of the second day and found himself in the middle, of the Polish wilderness with the sound of artillery fire behind him, what was his initial reaction?
Why couldn't we have gotten an APC? This thing stands out, right? It's like, I don't know. He's grateful to be alive. He's like, oh my gosh, how do we get this far? This thing's bright red. He's just thinking tactically about the use of this vehicle, but it's better than walking.
Yeah. So we know that the Poloness has got here without any kind of trouble. 2 days through the woods has held up pretty well. I think that further to what you said, Carl, that am I right in thinking that Gibbs would insist on camouflaging that thing when you guys are camping?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess what does I don't know what we have to camouflage it.
I get, yeah, like what I'm picturing is just grabbing, fallen trees and leaves and shit, like, or not leaves, but like branches and shit, and just laying around the car as best you can.
Yep.
So why don't you give us I think that's a recon roll for hiding the campsite.
Ooh.
Nice.
Lots of fallen branches.
That is awesome. Okay. Yeah, hidden camp. Yeah, recon roll right after the one. So, it's it's even better than I think what you guys could have expected. You don't have any sleeping bags or whatnot yet, so that's difficult. Whatever your gear is right now, that's how much. We're assuming that the tank is full in the Polonettes. So whatever's left in the gasoline, you've got your full tank of gas. You've got your jerry can in the back. You've got your food, you've got your water, and the raincoat, I believe, makes you just, it allows you to ignore +1. Oh, raincoat actually gives +1 stamina check against chemical weapons.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it also keeps you, in addition to keeping you dry. But this morning, you'd almost be forgiven for forgetting at stretches, because there's, an hour and a half at a stretch where you won't hear a gunshot and you won't hear the rumble of artillery fire. I actually looked up to see how far away you have to be, and I believe it's 4 miles. No, it's 25 miles. 25 miles is how far away you can be and still hear some heavy artillery.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gunshots or rifles especially, you can hear 4 miles. 2 to 4 miles for bullets, depending.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it is, I guess, with the others sleeping in the vehicle, and that moment of quiet, the mist kind of hanging in the woods. Gibbs, could you give us a recon roll again, please? Okay. You hear the distinctive kind of, rack-a-tack of an AK.
Okay.
And it has got to be about 1.5 miles away. Morning is coming. We're just kind of starting this first morning shift right now. What you, I think, know well enough, because it's sort of what your role was as well, at least, before shit fell apart. They're out there taking out survivors. They're anyone who has fled to the hills, who is part of the NATO forces, they're cleaning out any kind of potential resistance. You've been hearing them for 3 days now. This is the dawn of the 3rd day of this. Fortunately, the artillery has not been heard in quite some time, at least not since not all night. But there's been that distinctive sound of it. So they got to be close.
Mm-hmm.
So
I kind of start waking up the others.
Okay.
Campbell. Campbell first.
Yeah, where are you guys sleeping when you're sleeping in the vehicle? It's a 4-door, incidentally.
Is that a hatchback in the back there, or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And that we're using that essentially as our trunk. Like, my question is the gear accessible from the back seat? Can I reach over into that hatchback and grab any of that gear that we have, squad gear?
Okay. I just enjoyed blocking our first thing. For those who may be joining us for the first time, if you're an asshole, you can go fuck yourself. We're not having you on our channel. So enjoy howling into the void, you motherfucker.
I'm glad. So usually I'm in the chat, and today was one of the few times that I'm not. So I'm glad it wasn't for that.
Yeah, I looked over, so fuck off.
Yeah, thanks for taking care of that.
Yep. So
my quick question, Kev, was, is the car constructed in such that I could reach over the back seat into that hatchback and access the squad gear?
Yeah.
Or is that in a separate?
Oh yeah, yeah. I imagine it's
okay.
got like these kind of vehicles have that kind of like, you know, that fake like board that sits on top, so it gives you the faux impression of there being a thing, but it could easily be removed. So it's your choice as to whether it's still there or not.
I would have it not there because I'd want things to be as accessible as possible in case we needed to run out of the car or whatever at a moment's notice. So I'd probably keep that off there. So I guess I would probably be in the back. Campbell, I should say, would be in the back because she wants to be able to see out the back window.
Okay. And she's sleeping back there as well because you guys are.
I think. That's Doc. I would say ZZ will sleep outside.
Okay.
Campbell. I think she would stay in the car. She wants to be able to leave like literally in a split second if it's required, or driving or just do things. She wants to be around things to do. So I think she'd sleep in the back seats as best as she can.
Okay. And what do you think about Tabby?
I think Tabby is gonna sleep like, you know, put the bucket down on the driver's side and just kind of sleep that way, just in case she has to quickly, you know, she's trying to listen to Gibbs as much as she can. She's probably, you know, a little scared, but you know, that seems like the best way to get out quickly, and it's comfortable enough. You know, it's like sleeping in a lazy boy.
Yeah,
kind of.
So
a wet, moldy lazy boy. But
yeah, and I guess the other thing to remember about you guys is you're not far off. You tell me how close to the river you think you are. If you're traveling on the river, there's no chance of getting lost as long as you're traveling in that direction. But also means that you might be visible from the side, or from the water itself. So you will have access to, the reason I mention is because you'll have access to running water, not necessarily clean water.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine going from either, you know, active combat in Gibbs's case, service in a field hospital in Doc's case, slumming with a bunch of people in a town under siege by the Soviets, or driving around this thing. You went from that to then on the run for 2 days in the woods. How disgusting and how, you know, bad everything must smell and feel.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's one of the reasons why Doc wants to sleep outside in the fresh air, relatively fresh air, fresher than being in the car with everybody.
Yeah.
One quick question in terms of the river itself: is that something that people can pilot craft on? Can there be motorized boats of any kind on it, or is it too shallow?
What we're going to do is default to what's on the game's map, which means it shows it as navigable.
Okay, cool.
From what I can tell, it is kind of navigable, but it's much closer to the canals that people use longboats in the UK than a full-on, like, this is not the Mississippi or whatnot. So gotcha. For stall anyone trying to correct us on Polish geography, we realize that this isn't even like the way the river passes and where the placement of towns are on the map is not quite the way they are in the real world. But for the purpose of this, yes, anything that is a map on that Polish map, you can navigate that stuff.
Great.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good to know. So I think Campbell, at whatever point is our first night of stopping for the night, would have a conversation with Gibbs and to work out what we think is best SOP. What do you think? Should we be closer to the water? Should we hide ourselves back further in the woods? Not sure what to do here. It's not my usual situation.
If you didn't go camping when you were a kid, Campbell shakes his head. No Girl Scouts for you.
Well, we did have a summer home.
Maybe they sent you to camp up in upstate New York. I don't know how you Easterners handle your summers. Anyway, yeah, well, I figure we camp, about a walking distance from the river so that we can fill up with water as we need to, but far enough away, especially if it's wooded, that we can see, but they might not be able to see, especially if I camo, if I put scratch up, with all the rain, scratch up this wonderful red paint job with a bunch of mud, and you put branches on it. So close to the river, because we don't want to get lost and we need fresh water. I go, Campbell, I only got like a gallon of water left, and I don't know how much we got in the back, but
yeah, I'm running low myself.
Yeah, we got it. I don't want to, 2 days and you're dead without water.
So with that in mind, let's assume that last night you went through your stocks finally. So we have an idea of what you guys have. How are you guys sitting for clean water, for rations?
Well, squad gear wise, we've got one clean water ration only.
Yeah. And Gibbs has like 2 on himself, so we have like he and so and Tabby doesn't have any. So
Campbell's got 3.
Yeah, we got to stay. That kind of is probably dictating. We got to stay close to the river. We don't have a lot of clean water.
Yeah,
and at least we can pump, or throw their iodine tabs in there.
Yeah,
and take our chances. But because we got med kits, right? So we can throw tabs in, iodine tabs in there at least. But
I think it's. I don't know. Doc likes that idea.
All right. I guess any with it. Yeah.
What's how many rations? We're still like how many days of food do you guys have to get?
Food I got. You need it's 0.5 a day, right? Yeah.
I think you need 1 a day.
Yeah. Oh, 3. I got 3 rations for the day, so that's a day and a half for Tabby and I.
Yeah. Nothing in the squad gear. Doc's got 3, and Campbell's got. She's got two domestic food rations.
Okay.
So we're gonna have
a lot.
Yeah, if we stick to the river, we can keep going until. Looking at the map, I guess Gibbs and Campbell probably looking at the map. We can stick to the river, and then we got. Well, hell, we're going to be out in the open. Like a day, 3 days to Prajka.
Let's look at the.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah,
travel map here, guys, so you can make it. I mean, for those who know, we've got everyone has their copy with us. So.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and I've got my PDF version too, and I'm zooming into that too. Because I think the big question we have to answer is, what's our destination? What's our present destination anyway? Not our overall, but.
Yeah, I guess so how much would we know? Oh, I guess we would know about. Gibbs would know about like the goal of Operation Reset, and I guess we fell very far short.
You don't know. You know, whatever that was, you're not sure.
I don't think there's anything on that handout.
No, and that sort of fits with the. I think the original version had some more specifics of what Operation Reset was intending to do.
It's hidden around, but we wouldn't know.
No.
We wouldn't know.
And
not honest, maybe Campbell, but not in Gibbs's.
Even then too, because of the splintered nature of communications and the damage to electronics and whatnot. That there may have been 3 ideas of what that actually meant. Yeah,
right. And based a lot of times, like it's also like this group knows this objective, this group knows this objective, but only the generals know what's the overall, right? So we don't at our level, we don't know. Campbell might know the most and maybe speculative, but I guess our goal is to. I mean, we got to see what's going on with these other places. Maybe Kepna might be, but then we have to cross the bridge over here, further down.
I think what Campbell says is that she needs to get to a place where she can potentially find a contact that may be able to aid them, because part of her objective has required her to have local informants, etc. So she's wondering if we should ultimately try to head for Krakow, being one of the bigger cities in the region.
I think it's reasonable to think that that the if there was a like a station here, Krakow probably would be the especially after Warsaw was nuked.
Right.
That's probably where the chief of station would be located.
Okay. So I think whether it still exists or not is another story. We'll find out as we get closer potentially. But so she's talking about. So that's obviously many days of travel. But I think that's the direction she would recommend that we travel in, just in terms of how she can be helpful to get us out of here.
Okay.
But in terms of the day-to-day strategies, she knows that you know far more than she does. This is not where she lives. She's much more likely to be in an urban setting. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, we need 1, 2. It's going to take us. We're going to need to find food before that.
Okay.
Honestly.
Oh, and guys, you only need 1 ration a day.
Yeah.
Right.
But I have like 3 rations between. So I'd have a day of food.
Oh,
and
then I've seen those characters. Got it.
Right?
Yeah, so, I've got 8 total.
I mean, maybe we can hunt in the woods, but then that'll I don't know. This was at night, right, when we were talking, probably before.
Yeah, the night before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but we could probably still hear gunfire and artillery, but if we shoot, we can hear them, they can hear us, right?
Yes.
So I guess the question is,
do we know also, Kevin, one more question. Do we know like what happened like before, like we know like the operations that had happened earlier in the war, right?
Yes.
So like we would know that Czestochowa is like a wasteland, right?
Czestochowa is
Czestochowa is a wasteland, right? It's
okay. But I mean, like there's rumors too.
Right.
So because like one of the things that's been happening over the last year's worth of offensive has really been, while there have been an intention to keep throwing the armies against one another, so many desertions and so many regiments fell under operable strength. They fell into some tried to just go back home, some because I mean you haven't heard from back home. The last you heard, the fleet that transported the most recent batch of soldiers here, it all was sunk by the Soviet fleet. So I mean there are a couple of things left over apparently in Sweden, but there's no easy way of getting home. There's no easy way of communicating with getting home. Communications, it's a lot like, I think, World War II would be the one. It's the most feudal war or battles of World War II, where every given day it's like, well, now we've given up our patch of. I guess maybe the American advance through the Pacific Islands might be a good example. Mm-hmm. Just like depends on what day of the week it is. Like who has control of this.
Right.
So,
right. I mean, so I would say to Campbell that if you want to get to Krakow, that's roughly south. I don't know. There's Valen, Kepna, but and then Prashka. We're gonna have to get food.
There's a couple of things to the south where you've heard of. Again, like there are warlords who are friendly to one side, to the other side, and just don't give a shit. There are some Polish nationals apparently around the Czestochowa region, and there's apparently some kind of it's almost like Casablanca in Krakow.
Yeah. Okay.
Where it's just there isn't enough power from any one authority to exert control over it, so the locals have sort of opened it up and let anybody come in.
So I feel like our general plan, Campbell, then is to just go south towards Prashka, see what the climate is like around there, and either go around it or try to, if they're friendly, get some food, trade, find out what the hell's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Campbell definitely agrees with that. She feels comfortable, helping be part of whatever team might enter the city and try to suss out what the situation is.
And one thing that you can bear in mind too that while the Soviets who you faced in Kalitz are still like full-on combat capable, at least at the start of the battle, and seemingly were victorious and drove the Fifth out. That's kind of like the last gasp of the Soviet army. What you've heard and certainly what you've encountered gives is like there's guys who've just given up and gone native. There's others who have set themselves up as marauders or warlords. There's religious types that are out in the region. Like it's really an absolute checkerboard of different interests between here and there. The point where Kalitz was important today, but once it's done, they may not have the strength to hold it. The locals may not have the will for it, so who knows? But right now, they certainly are putting their best efforts into stamping out whatever remains of the Fifth. Mm-hmm. So the morning comes, as I said, it's overcast, so it's quite dark. You can hear the sounds of things in the trees. And then Gibbs, that's when it's shortly before there's that pre-dawn, dark glow or kind of haziness in the woods. The last of the night's fog or mist has faded away. And that's when you heard the distinctive sound of AKs from not far off.
All right. So I'll definitely go wake up Campbell first.
Okay. So, and Campbell, give us a recon. Let's just see if you woke up on your own.
Okay.
This will be passive one, so no pushing. This is just... Yeah.
There we go.
So you come over and Campbell, shades maybe on top of your head, lying back. Your eyes are open and you're reaching for what?
I'm immediately reaching for my M9 pistol.
Okay.
All right, so Gibbs is gonna... he doesn't know how sound carries in the woods. That's a scary thing. So he's gonna keep hushed as possible and start waking the others. He goes, Campbell, just get him ready to go. I'm gonna see how close these people are.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So I'll go and start quietly. I'll put my hand over Doc's mouth and then shake him awake so he doesn't make any noise when he wakes up. And I immediately finger to mouth.
Yeah. I get that there's probably a reason you've done that. He wakes with a start and wild eyes looking around, and he sees as you and kind of nods.
Yeah, I think for me, he's that person because he was drafted and taken out of in the midst of his residency. That he's the least.
He was supposed to be a pediatrician in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that's why he's smoking in that picture.
Oh yeah.
So I like let him know it's it's okay, but just quiet.
Sure. And when Tabby wakes up, how does is Campbell waking up and Gibbs is going to look?
Yeah, Gibbs is going to go. Yeah, he trusts Campbell, right? Campbell's his buddy here, so he trusts Campbell. So he trusts Campbell to get things ready to go. So he's going to let Campbell wake up Tabby, and he's going to move, check things out.
Okay. We're all old enough for it too. I want you all to remember how loud a hatchback engine is when it starts.
That's a good point.
Remember those, like the Volkswagen Golf for the.
Yes, you can. If you want, I can roll coolness under fire for Tabby to see how she wakes up.
If you like, go right ahead.
Okay, so it'll be the self to see, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Oof.
Well, D is. I guess this is C, right?
So. This isn't a passive one. I'll actually let you push that if you like. It does mean she's getting one stress already.
If I push it.
If you push it, you get that one stress.
No, it's fine. I'm not gonna.
Okay, so she kind of wakes with a start as well. Campbell, what you mouth over? She struggles a little longer than what Doc does.
Yeah.
Okay.
I immediately rush over to her because she's my buddy, and that's how I got involved with this crew to begin with. So I rush over and just let her know everything's cool right now, but you gotta be quiet.
So, Tex, why don't you tell us how you plan on kind of approaching this? Are you just ranging out and trying to keep yourself as hidden as you can?
No, he's gonna, unlimber his weapon and kind of move quietly through the woods.
Okay.
Hopefully the raincoat is camouflage, right? It's not a.
It is camouflage as well. It's just like fatigues
bright blue Disney.
Yeah, right. It's kind of big Mickey Mouse. It's an off-brand Mickey Mouse because it's a Soviet one.
Yeah.
Right. So fatigues grants a +1 to the to recon rolls to stay hidden. I think because of the.
He's going to move in the direction of the sound, right? I mean, that's what he's.
Yeah. So let's do this. Let's make it a contested roll. You are going to get. We'll give you a +2 in total because of the terrain and the time of day to trying to recon.
Yeah, +2 is going to max me out.
You're rolling 12-12 then?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Go ahead and give us a 12-12 roll.
Okay.
Let's see. Or do you want me to roll first and tell you how many you're rolling against?
No, you can roll. I mean, it's more fun to. Make it secret, in my opinion.
Okay, Go ahead.
Oh, so I only got I got 6 is the best.
Now you could push that if you like.
I could push that. I'll roll the other D12 then.
Okay.
Re-roll that first D12.
Sure.
Nope. Nothing.
But
no stress. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then let me roll for what is hunting you. Let me grab my manual. Okay.
That's not great rolls, but
they are right. Where are you guys? Right, the start of the random encounters. There we go. Okay. All right, so that'll be that, and I'm going to actually decrease it because of the ambient stuff. It's a neat mechanic of like stepping up, stepping down dice.
Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm. It's clever. Yeah. All right. What you find is I'm not going to push. I don't think NPCs push either, do they?
I kind of allow like named NPCs.
Got it. Yeah, I'll do the same thing.
But then with the same consequences, though, right?
Yeah.
With the same consequences, right? But not.
So Gibbs, as you range your way out, maybe like a quarter mile out in sort of the direction you're going, and it's not a matter of like running straight out or going straight out. It's move for a bit, you stop and you listen, you reposition, you stop and you listen, and what you're able to pick up is that there is. You first spot one, and there are 3 more Spetsnaz. 4 Russian or Soviet special forces who seem to be on the hunt here. Would you let's tell us how far away?
Yeah, no vehicles that I see or anything?
They are on foot, no. Oh, that's cool. I forgot that there's a...
Yeah, on that table it tells you the encounter distance.
The only thing I wish...
close in the woods.
I don't know what I would take off to make room for it, but the travel distance, there isn't on the Game Master screen, there isn't the travel stuff. But like honestly, that's not something I don't know what I would pick to have come off.
Yeah, I guess they try to make it simple math. Everything is 10.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
So, a hex is 10 kilometers. A tactical is 10 meters, right? So and then everything is measured in number of hexes. So I think it's pretty.
It's a really well designed game. There's been a lot of thought put in for everything in it. Okay, where? So I'm trying to find I think it must be in the encounter distance table. Do you remember where that is?
Yeah, it's right under the terrain types, also on page 138.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, great. Would you give us then 2d10, Carl, please? Mm-hmm. And yeah, I totally agree with you about the 10 kilometers, 10 meters. 110 meters away.
Wow, yeah.
Okay, so
that's good.
Do you want me to set up a battle mat?
No. I think he's gonna fall back.
Okay.
I don't know if I need to engage. Not now.
Okay. They all seem to be. You were asking about they do have a radio on them. You can see one of them has that kind of tucked into the side of one of their backpacks, and otherwise they are.
Oh, the radio man, though. Oh.
Yeah, they're armed with AKs. So you're easily able to sneak back to the vehicle.
You said 4, right? One's a radio man.
4 in total. Yeah.
Okay. So
one radio man, and then the others. All of them seem to be, on the hunt, and they're. I think you recognize your own. That like these are. It's exactly what they would have sent you out to do, to mop up stragglers, right?
Yeah.
So
it's 4.
Where you are right now, to give you just
were they coming, like moving roughly south, or what?
They're in the region right now.
Region.
Yeah. So what it means, if they follow, you probably have briefings on how because they're the type of groups you would be dueling with in these regions, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Basically, what the choices are is you spend the shift here and hope that the concealment you've done on the vehicle keeps you hidden, or you run the risk of traveling and you're going to have to make a recon check to try and avoid them, because they're going to be ranging around trying to find people. If you give them they're not the type to stick around, though, so if you do, you're fairly confident if you give them the shift, then they will be gone within 6 hours. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, you alluded to the fact that a vehicle will make noise, right? So it's going to carry.
And it's not a guaranteed. It's just because, even if it makes noise, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to be able to find them. And this thing moves, as much as it is a total pain to navigate this around in that forest. It's still going to move faster. Technically, it doesn't move faster than them. It moves actually slower, I think. But
well, I do brief Campbell. I say 4 looks like Spetsnaz. 1 had a radio, which could be a nice find. I did not see a vehicle. We could try to set up and lay in wait for them, or take off.
They're pretty.
I kind of say take off, and I look at the other, Doc and Tabby, and suggest, because they're not really good combatants, right? So.
One thing to consider as well is that for when they attack, they would have been well equipped as well. So they may have other assets on them that you couldn't spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you mean other assets?
Like they wouldn't be traveling without water rations.
Oh yeah. That could help too.
So what do you guys think?
What do you think?
You saw 3.
4.
Mm-hmm. Are they close together? Are they?
Tactical layout. Didn't. I mean, I have M203s, but they're not going to be too close. They're not that dumb.
Well, what we could do is set up an ambush here by the car.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do come this way and are about to spot us, we fight them, or we flee if we need to jump into the car. If they don't come this way, we just lay low and let them pass.
Or they give up. Right.
Or give up and
all right, so we'll try to set up. I guess we're going to try to set up an ambush.
Yeah, I think I considering I agree with you, and I think we say all this away from Tabby and Doc. We don't have the best military staff at the moment.
I think, notwithstanding their coolness under fire, I think both Doc and Tabby are not they're not not sharp marksmen, but they're not slouches at range combat.
Yeah. I mean, so we could have Tabby. Yeah, Tabby has like a M16, so she could be ready to fire, give support fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Doc does have a
jump
pistol.
In the car.
Yeah, he's got a 45.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I guess Gibbs is gonna set up, get ready to find a good place to fire from.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I like these big fallen trees. Those are good spots to kind of hunker down behind. And
I'd suggest that Tabby would get hunker down, like use the car for cover, right? And if we need to, she can jump in and get going.
Yeah, we need somebody who's going to be designated driver, essentially, who can know that when we run to the car, that's the person who's going to get into the driver's seat, start it up, so we aren't fighting, to get into the right spots.
Right.
So we'll come up with a plan of where are we each sitting, and maybe maybe we've even already done this. We came up with a strategy for okay, this is where each person's going to be sitting at this time of day, and so at this time of day we know it's going to be Tabby is the driver, and Doc's in the other front seat, or I don't know if Gibbs wants to be in the passenger seat in the front, but Campbell definitely wants to be in the back seat.
Okay, so here's some upside to this. I'm reading on page 60. If you're the attacker, you roll the lowest recon in your group, or the contested roll. If you are the target, you roll the highest recon. So the person attacking is lowest. So if you're laying in wait, if you spend a stretch, a 5 to 10 minute period, you can get +2 modifier to your recon roll too.
That's cool.
All right.
So let me maybe guys, I loaded.
I'm gonna see.
I didn't set up yet, but give me a sec here. I'll set up.
It's not going to be Gibbs. Is not going to. He's going to be the highest probably.
Probably, yeah.
I think
Gibbs is
Gibbs is
AB. Yeah, Gibbs is A. Tabby is A nothing. So the 2 bonus it'll be AC.
Yeah, no, you're definitely better than either of mine.
Okay.
Both BC.
Okay. So here is. Let's see here. Yeah, that'll be good enough. To the map layer. Grab your tokens, guys, and then we'll bring you and the ye old Polonettes over here. Do this here to token layer. And go. You guys are huge. Bigger than trees. Oh, now you're smaller. There we go. Okay. Here, let me bring you over so you see what I'm cooking here.
Okay.
So, here we are. I think you guys should have control over all of your tokens.
Let's see here.
Resize everybody.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I'm just resizing to get everyone.
I do have control.
Mm-hmm. I resisted my baser instincts and didn't include a potion of giant size in our Twilight 2000 game. So where do you think you guys would be positioning yourself? Where would the
where are they coming from? Where do you think they're coming
the
from?
south, I think. So they're coming from the south.
I mean, let's see.
Gibbs would want to be if this is higher ground, he'd want to be over here. So if they come through, they're coming from the south through here.
Yeah, I was kind of I agree. I was also kind of thinking we put the car up to the back here potentially, so there's some cover, this hill, however much of a hill it is kind of blocking the car a little bit. We put the car back here. And then we got all those. Well, and then if we need to run, we can run down that hill and then take off.
Oh, okay.
And we have the hill over there, and the lake
can be there.
And so, maybe, I can't move the car.
Hold up.
But I guess that's where the car.
Can we push the car? I guess
that's what I was doing to ask too. All right, great.
So try to push the car to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. Everyone has control over the car.
Awesome.
Tabby will be behind the car.
Right.
Shoot.
And so we'll get some high ground here and to try to use this sort of copse of trees here to
or maybe
get some cover
over here just in case they have.
Oh,
Get some crossfire on them.
Yeah, good idea.
That is the other thing. You can Overwatch is something you can do in the game, and then in urban operations they introduced the idea of kill zones.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to be sitting and kind of watching over a specific designated area, you certainly can do that.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to, or if you want to ensure that they're going to come in this direction?
I mean, I think that's a question. Do we want to ensure they're going to come in this direction? As Kimball says to Gibbs, as we're coming up with this plan.
Oh, and Campbell and Doc, I haven't set it up so that it's snapping to the grid. Just make sure you're in one actual,
Yeah,
just so we can judge what distances are.
No, totally. Yeah,
okay. And remember, for your weapons, the listed range is the range of hexes. Double whatever's listed is medium range. Double that is long range. Double that is extreme range.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can.
Okay.
I don't know if they're going to climb. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean,
we could have like Tabby rev up the engine.
That's what I was going to suggest as well. That will definitely draw their attention. They'll know it's, something man-made.
Yeah.
You know what she suggests too? She says, if you want to make it clever, I could loose the timing belt. Whine. People think it's not on purpose.
Right. That's good. That's a good.
I mean,
idea.
like the car is like stalled or something.
As if you're trying to get it going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
So this is a facile thing for her to do, but because we're playing a role-playing game, let's see if there's anything that happens. Why don't you? I'm going to give you a +2.
She has a tech. You tech or driving?
This will be a tech roll.
Tech roll. Okay.
Yeah, tech roll, but also take +2 to it as well. This is a very simplistic thing.
All right, so it's also going to max out because you gave her an A intelligence. All right.
She's not. She's did a year of mechanical engineering before she was enlisted. Look at that. Now, I don't. Do you remember, are extra successes a thing you can spend in this, or am I confusing this with another game?
It's not. I haven't found. It's not specified. So
okay. I like it. I know it is a thing in war stories, that cool World War II one, and I really like that idea. And we all play lots of 2D20 games, stuff like that. So if you want to make something special out of those extra successes, I'm happy to do so. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, what can we do? So maybe it's that she's kind of now got it idle so that she can just jump and go.
Oh yeah, that's cool. So then the engine's already. You're not wasting any time starting up the engine.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, then.
So if we're doing like that, Gibbs is hoping they're going to come through here.
Yeah, I'm going to do. So I think what we'll do, because I if I had been smarter, I would have set up the
cards.
Yeah, I just set up a card thing, or just a stolen one from one of the existing. Well, you know what? I wonder. Hold up. I actually.
Well, we can roll. You can also roll like a D10, right?
We can. But I think, let me just very quickly, we were making liberal use of this. I'm going to the Transmogrifier and our Aliens game. I wonder if I can just steal the card from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's also D10 cards.
Yeah. Let's see here. Guys.
There you go.
Look at that.
Awesome.
Okay. Yep. And let me just quickly drag over. I'm going to have a xenomorph in here as well. So. All right. So then, yeah, great. And I'm going to add something from the GM's layer here. We won't draw initiatives until we actually need to. And Gibbs, you actually get 2 and get to pick the better of the 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think your thing allows you to
cool.
pick that first. Doesn't it?
Was it
your thing functions first? You get your first 2 cards and then we finish drawing for everybody else? Or am I imagining things? Okay.
That's usually how I do it. That one, whoever draw 2 cards at once, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The next 2, right?
Next check.
However, yeah.
All right. So then,
and then we can switch around, right?
So you will have +2 to the recon. So Gibbs, does that max out your recon?
Yeah, mine's maxed out, but I think George is the one who's going to be BB for his role. Unless you think AC, it's either AC for Tabitha.
So
BB
the way
BB
I'm reading the rules,
guys.
maybe I misread it, but I'm reading the attackers as the guys trying to get in on you. That's why they have the lower stat, is because they're moving in to sneak in on you while you guys are the targets and you guys are hiding.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think you guys get the higher of the two options.
You get the higher, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's my reading of it at least.
Yeah, okay. that makes sense.
So that means Tex, you get to set up the difficulty for me.
Okay. So
Awesome.
it's I'm AA.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I mean, great.
What did I do? I don't know why I did that.
Oh, there's ammo dice in there.
I did ammo dice, sorry. Yeah.
No, that's okay, but you got the 12, so 2 successes.
12,
fucking great.
12.
Nice.
Okay, so let's see here. I'm rolling for them.
Oh, so it looks like if you set it up on the combat, it sets it up the same way in this little thing on the bottom of the first page.
Nice. Okay. So, guys, you are all very well hidden. I think you could be standing on top of Gibbs and not see him. And allow me to show you. For those listening at home, I've been listening to and watching just a ton of actual plays of like survival video game stuff to get in the mindset for this. Here are our Spetsnaz. Now, let's just draw cards to get the initiative order going here. Let me think here. I think if I hit... Let's see if this works. One card. Deal. You must deal to at least one player. Okay. Here we go. All players, one card, deal. That did not appear to work.
We each got a
oh, it's on top.
So
Yeah. Forgive me. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. And then you can move them. If you hold on them, you can move them to the... Do you have to click on it? Or how does that work? Oh, yeah, right. It doesn't... You do this here. I got a 9. You know, I mean, we might do it Savage World style and just place the cards directly in front of you, because that'll be probably...
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actually, so if you guys move your token or your avatar down, click on it, you can drag it and put it down for yourself.
Say that again. What are we doing?
Okay, so you see above...
like that.
Yeah, above your token.
Like
there you go. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. And George, did you figure that out too? So if you
I got a 5. I'm trying to...
So if you click on it and it's like left click and drag it into the open, it'll put it on the table.
Yep.
Table.
There it goes.
Okay.
I'll put it behind her.
So then, let me do this here.
Gibbs get us another one, but
Gibbs gets another one.
Doesn't matter. Oh.
Okay.
Yep.
Doc gets a 6, and Tabby
put that here.
7. Okay. So maybe we put those in our initiative tracker, and then I'll just put it in order, and we'll carry down for that. And I'll get rid of the cards when we do. This is really the only time we don't draw each round, right? It's at the start, and then we just cycle through. Do any of the games shake that up, or are they all?
I haven't seen
any. Okay. So Gibbs, you're going on, I guess, on a 4, right?
On a 1.
Oh, is it 1? Is it high then down?
It's low to high.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, then you're great. Yeah. 1, Campbell, 5, Doc, 6, and Tabby 7.
Yeah.
Awesome. Put this in.
Already in order. Almost.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let me clear out these cards. There we go. All right. So for their turn, they are only going to. They are skulking. Skulking Spetsnaz. They think they have done a good job of hiding. They are sadly mistaken. Now, I can use my screen though for moving them. All right. Okay. So they are slowly advancing in here. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, I'm cheating. They're on a 9.
I mean, Gibbs is 8. I'm aiming until they get to.
Okay, how about we do this? You tell me when you want to act. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna put this over here, I think.
And I agree. Right yeah, because range-wise, like they're so far away that our shots are not gonna.
Yeah.
We don't want to give ourselves away too early, and we don't have a lot of ammo either.
Mm-hmm.
There's also line of sight to consider because
right.
Let's see here, 3 hexes of forest or 1 hex of foliage block line of sight. I'll let you, because you were talking about taking an elevated position, Gibbs. I'll let you ignore one intervening forest.
Okay.
Hex, okay.
So I still have to wait. I have to wait till they get to here. Then I guess.
So then I'm moving these guys forward. Go. Yeah, no one's doing anything.
No, that's just too far and too much too many obstructions.
All right. Yeah.
You can open fire there.
Yeah, open fire here. I guess when this guy gets there, that's.
Yeah, go right ahead. So we'll start at the top of the turn order. Okay. Gibbs, go right ahead. So he is within short range of your.
Yep. His range is 4.
Okay. So yeah, that's short range for you. The. Let's see, where's the list?
I'm at B, C right now. I don't know if I get any other bonuses.
Yeah, let me double check here. And because there's a list of all the modifiers for range.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to go through the full list each time. Just I want to have a sense of, so we can kind of eyeball it. If you're spending a fax action to aim, I'm guessing, so you're not taking a modifier for quick shot.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing else. The intervening hexes don't seem to affect your chance to hit, and cover only really applies when it's heavy, and these trees are not going to stop bullets.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So Gibbs, whenever you're ready, and you're firing at Smiley Guy?
Yeah. I'm firing at the Smiley Guy. Yeah. Okay. That's my main target.
Go right ahead.
All right. See what happens.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a hit.
I should have. Yeah, its damage is 3, so it's 4 damage is 2. Damage 3 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. I should have rolled the M4 A1. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. So we'll click on it. Actually, I think that it doesn't roll the attack, does it? When you click on the M4, I think it just rolls damage.
Yeah, it does. It does roll the attack.
Oh, it does. Okay, great.
Yeah, and the damage. So the damage would have been 2, but I hit once, so it's 3 damage.
Okay. It's not like those weird things where you need to get 1 success to get the hit. It's however many successes you get. It's not excess.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, got it. Okay. All right, that's great. So it's 3 points of damage, and I'll just roll hit location on the dice. Arm.
I can roll. The arm.
Yeah, I got my hit location dice. I mean, you guys do too. If you guys want to roll hit locations, fucking fill your boots.
All right. So I guess it's a crit.
Let's justify a purchase all around. Okay, so a crit hit to the arm.
Right. 3.
Okay. The 3. That's on the screen, I think. Come here, you. 3 to the arm. Crushed fingers. -2 range combat.
Nice.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So I guess he has to roll.
Blew this guy's hands off. So let me. I'm just going to mark him with that. So he screams out in pain from the hit. How much ammo did you use?
I used
2, 3, or 5.
5.5. Yeah, just a little.
That's not bad. Okay. Okay. So then Gibbs, I think it's end of your turn. Campbell, what are you doing?
Okay.
You have to. Do you have to? Are you going to roll coolness under fire?
Oh yeah, I got to roll. That's right. I do. Hold up. I need to open up my. I'll leave this open now. Okay. Yeah, good call. All right, and what's the command? Okay. So that and coolness and fire is there. All right. He hits the dirt.
Yeah.
So he is suppressed. Let's
this guy too. No.
You can. Oh yeah, right, because he was within 2. I'm gonna put yellow dot for the suppressed. Okay, him. He is fine.
Okay.
Marikansky. Campbell, what are you doing?
I was gonna. So this guy with the who's been hit, is he lying down? Like, I mean, is he on prone or anything, or is he still?
Yeah, I think you assume he's
okay,
hit.
Great.
Like he technically, I think what it is, they have to run for cover on their turn.
Okay, great. Okay, cool. That's good. I didn't want him to go down. So I very coolly you do some targeting fire here. So I will attack the same individual. I have a range of 2 on my pistol, so it'll be medium, I think.
Hold on here. It's foliage in the way, right? There's like 3.
Yeah. So
I actually think you don't have line of sight to him right now.
Okay.
Right? Because that's we'll use BattleTech rules. Center hex. That passes through. I count 3.
So what if?
You can move 2 as well. You could move on.
That's what I was going to add. Well, I was wondering if I moved if I moved here.
Yep.
Then there'd be 1
intervening. Yep. So you're fine. The trouble is you're going to be firing without aiming then, because I think a fast action is to run.
Yeah, you're right. I think she'd rather actually wait it out. She has very limited ammo remaining, so she's gonna let everybody else continue.
Okay.
So she'll just pass her turn.
Okay. You could give Overwatch.
Yeah.
Just slow
that's
action.
a good idea.
Okay. So where are you keeping watching that general area or what?
Yeah, I think kind of. Oh, I got the wrong tool. Hold on.
Okay.
Going this, go this way here.
Ooh. Carl, would you give us a 1d4 roll? Going left to right, let's figure out who the radio operator is.
Yeah, I was going to ask about who the radio operator was. Number 3.
Number 3, the old guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then, Campbell, that is your action. What is Doc doing?
I think Doc is going to move to there.
Okay.
And then he's going to take... Yeah.
One of the things is, I don't think this is an intentional necessarily. I would say it's not called out. I love that anyone moving in combat in Twilight 2000 is running.
Right.
Like, you're not moving around in a combat situation where you're just strolling along, So what that means, you can choose to make a mobility roll, and any extra hits you get are extra hexes you can move.
Okay. Yeah.
And you don't suffer any consequences unless you push something. So, yeah, one more.
Here we go. Okay. So he'll get here.
Okay.
And then obviously he's not aiming, but he's still going to shoot at this same target here.
Okay.
With his pistol.
Okay. So then, because he, actually, hold on. You got to modify.
Yes.
You can't just roll because he didn't aim. It's
right.
-1.
It's -1 with the pistols, right? Yeah, quick shot with no aim with the pistol is -1. So reduce his. I guess he's rolling 2d8s.
He's got a B and a C, so he had a D10 and a D8.
Right, but because of the -1, it scales to 10.
Yeah. I thought you were saying that it started with a 2d8s, but
so
yes.
Let's use the dice at the top there. And remember, he can... Okay, that's a... Never mind. That's a hit. Okay, so then that is 3 damage.
3 more points.
You can go ahead and roll your hit location.
I got it, yeah. Chest.
Okay, so his armor comes into play, and pistols give +1 armor, so he actually only takes 1 point of damage to the chest. Just 4 total though, so that's that's a lot. Solid shot in his chest. Tabby, what's Tabby doing?
And just one quick thing, how do I again calculate how much ammo I actually used on?
You only fired 1 shot from there.
That's okay.
Yeah. Whatever the rate of fire is listed there, you can choose to just click on an equal number or up to that number of ammo dice. Then when you roll the dice, if you use that, each extra hit that you roll on that gives an extra option. You can add another hit on the target, or you can hit a different person with it. Then what you do is you total up whatever the results were on the ammo dice to tell you how many shots you actually used.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
So that's how we got to. If you hover over Gibbs's shot, there's a 3, a 4, and a 4 on the first one there.
Yep.
So that would be, or the one at least that's on the screen right now, that would be 11. 11 bullets would have been used.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a lot, so I'm being
single shot.
Yeah, single shotting for the moment. So I
got it.
Yeah.
So this guy's hit again. Then Tabby, what is Tabby doing?
Tabby's going to overwatch to this X right here position.
Yep. Okay, works for
She's
me.
Gonna take aim kind of at that if she sees bad guys.
Yep.
In that area.
Okay, then these guys. All right, so then it is Spetsnaz's turn. All right, so this guy is going to turn. Guys, I've done the requisite to try to move something with your ruler for the session, so nobody else needs to do that today.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right, so they are going to advance. Let's see here. So that guy, the other one. So as a fast action, he's going over here, and he's going to make a command roll to try and get this guy back in shape. Get up, you coward! Nope. So he's yelling at him. The other guy is fumbling to get the radio out. This guy is going to... I think start advancing. Let's make a mobility check for him. It's -1 in his terrain. Nope. So you only move to there. And then we're back at Gibbs. What are you doing, Gibbs?
I can't really see the radio man, really, right?
You don't have line of sight to him, but I think you can hear. You guys, you've spent enough time in the fields that someone shouted out the Russian word for radio.
Okay.
Right.
Let's see. So Gibbs might have to reduce that. What's the rate of fire on this one? I think he's going to have to. That's 8 hexes. That's going to be -1 at least. But can I? Yeah. So I don't know. I was going to try to launch a M203.
Oh, you need a spotter if you're firing indirect, though, right? Because you got no line of sight to him.
Yeah, I don't. So probably not, huh?
Like you can make a mobility check and try and it's a -1 to mobility because of the terrain, but you can try and run over in his direction, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, if I can't really see him and I don't have a good shot, I'm just gonna fire at these 2 guys.
Okay. So the one guy you definitely have line of sight to. The other guy, I think you've got 3, don't you? There's 3 between. So center hex. Ooh.
Okay, he's gonna have to move then, and I don't like doing that. Can he slide down to here?
To where?
That's 1.
Yeah, you can move 2 without even making a mobility check. You can potentially move more. There's no consequence to making the mobility checks. You could.
This is just very dangerous. Okay, he's gonna move to there and then fire at these 2 guys.
Okay.
With the uninjured guy as the primary.
Yeah, you got it. Okay.
What is there? So I take 1 off, right?
-2 with a long arm.
Oh, -2.
Yeah, -1 with a pistol for quick fire. -2 with long arms.
Okay. Well, see how this goes. Dang. Shoot.
Ooh. So again, a consequence of pushing for weapons, you will take 1 point of damage from it, but it just means that you're reducing the reliability, right?
Yeah.
And it's at 5 right now. You want to push that, or?
Yeah, I'm going to push that. So I'm going to. So it's basically roll 3d6 effectively. Right.
Nice.
Good.
That's a hit.
I mean, it's not a hit. I don't think it's a hit if I go 1, but he might have to roll.
Because you're counting that first one as the skill dice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll trigger a coolness under fire from the other guy, though.
Yeah.
And then, now I think it only, am I right? It reduces the reliability by 1 overall. It's not like 1 for each?
Yeah, just 1.
Okay, so you'll take 1 damage. It's the red bar on your token.
Okay.
Oh, no, you take 1 from each, right? So you take 2. Oh, no, only from the basic dice. Ignore me. It's not from your ammo dice.
So 1 point of damage?
Yeah. 1 point of damage. Let's see here. Pushing and reliability.
Mm-hmm.
Let me double check here.
And 1 reliability. Okay.
Yeah. So here's the thing. The only 1 reliability. That's right, because the reduction in reliability comes from the ammo dice. The damage comes from the skill dice.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you race forward and how many shots did you fire off?
It looks like 2, 7,
8. Still pretty good fire discipline. Yeah. All right, so I got to make a coolness under fire check for this other guy. Mm-hmm. He is also suppressed.
Oh, good. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Then you know what I should, so I don't forget when I mark a 4. That guy is really fucked up right now. All right, Campbell, what are you doing?
Once she hears that radio, she's gonna try to get as close as possible to it.
Okay.
So she's going to make a mobility roll here.
And I think, isn't there a full round, like a slow action to move even further?
That might be.
I thought that's what the running entailed, but let's see.
I think running is fast. Yeah, run's a fast action. But you could take 2 fast actions instead. So yeah, you could just, because you can.
Sure.
Well, why don't we do this? Let's roll.
Yeah, I'll make a roll.
Mobility first.
Let's see where I am. Yeah.
Let's see where you are.
There you go.
So
okay, so you move 3 hexes.
So that would put me 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it again. I'll take my second fast action here.
Go right ahead.
Another mobility. Ooh.
Now that just means you can move 2.
Right. Well, actually, that's great.
Okay.
So what I'd like to do, if it's possible, I obviously had my pistol in my hand as I was, standing up there waiting for people. So I just want to get up to him. So now I'm within 1 hex of him and just keep my pistol facing.
Well, that sounds like an excellent thing to do next round.
Okay.
Because you got 2 fast actions in lieu of your slow. All right, so you can race on. This guy kind of looks up at you. Then it is Doc's turn. What's Doc doing?
He's going to fire at this same target here.
Okay.
Once again, he's
now you can
cautious.
just roll his regular thing there.
Okay.
Because this guy has not dropped recovery yet. 2, 5. So that is a critical. Would you give us a 1d10 roll? Oh, and let us know what hit location.
Oh, yes.
We need to justify the purchase of those.
Yes. So it looks like I guess it's the arm. Yes, arms.
It's a 1 on either side, it looks like?
Yep, exactly.
Epaulets that are exploding?
Yep, exactly.
Oh, no, it's a D6. A D6 for location. Sorry, D4 for...
No, a D10 for location.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm looking at the critical tables are D10.
Oh, critical. Oh, the location. That's a...
The location is these guys here that come with the starter set?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm justifying a purchase here.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate it. It's greatly appreciated.
That's 1, 2.
Dislocated elbow. See, shoot this guy. 2-handed weapons cannot be used. Oof. And actually, I'm going to make a. Oh, and he's been shot, so he's got to make a coolness check.
Which one? Do you shoot this guy that's injured already?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm fucking picturing. Sorry, I'm in a different thing. All right. So in the arm, there is no. He's dead anyway. What am I talking about?
Great. Awesome.
Yeah. Ew.
That's not me.
The Doc is just making a single shot through there. Another guy down. Then it is Tabby's turn. What's Tabby doing?
Can she see this guy here or no?
I think there's. You could probably see someone moving through the bushes, but no, it looks like there's still.
Okay. I guess she'll move her.
Okay, she's technically there to there, right? So she could move if you want to reposition.
No, she's gonna move her thing to there.
Okay, got it.
Overwatch to there.
Okay, I think she's gonna have a good chance in a second here. All right, hold on. 1, 2, 3 injury. Yeah, so that'll be perfect. Okay, then this is I fucking love it. So it's just like BattleTech all over again. Like, does the hex that I'm actually in count towards the terrain, or does it? That's the sound of me playing BattleTech, incidentally. Not any aspersions cast on BattleTech players. I love me some BattleTech. What's the range for when they have to do a coolness under fire? Is it within 2 hexes?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, this. Oh gosh. I'm gonna roll randomly to see where this guy goes, because I can see why he would continue to try and flank, but I can also see why he might try and move in on Doc. A 1. Nope, he's still trying to flank. So Tabby, you can picture, is crouched behind this thing, her M16 out. There's the sound of gunfire off to the right of her, looking around, and then this scrawny looking Soviet soldier moves into view. And she can go ahead and give us a shot. I don't think there's any modifiers to her shot right now. So you can just roll her M16.
Yep.
And however many shots you want to fire. Nice! 2 hits. So that is 4 points of damage. Go ahead and hit location there, Carl.
The 3. Chest.
Oh, okay, so she's got armor there. Fortunately, the M16 has a 0 armor rating. Yep. So that is going to be
3 damage.
3 damage. Still
a crit, though.
Yep, that's enough to do a crit. Go ahead and give us a 1d10 roll, please. 3. That is, where's torso? Here we go. Cracked pelvis. Oh god. Oh. So mobility -2. So I say that because
12 points.
In the day job, part of the stuff is seeing people's medical records, and fractured pelvises are an absolute fucking nightmare to deal with. Like, it's meshes they use to hold them back together because they shatter into so many pieces, and like,
oh my god,
oh, it's terrible stuff. So,
jeez,
how many shots did she use?
12. She's 12.
Holy smokes, she's really unloaded on this poor Spetsnaz guy. And let me make the coolness under fire for him. Oh shit, that's a fail. He drops to the ground. All right. Awesome. Then Gibbs.
This guy didn't go.
Oh yes, shit. No, sorry, he was gonna go. Oh, he drops the radio, gets his gun ready, and he's gonna open fire on Campbell.
Okay.
Ouch.
So, but he is in. Oh, you're not in the same hex, so he's not gonna suffer any penalty there. Let's see here. Don't worry, it's not like he's an elite special forces soldier. I mean, that would be something dangerous to be facing off against. And you remember to put your flak jacket on, right?
I put 2 on, actually.
Nice. All right. Range combat and... Oh, man, these guys are ass kickers.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm sure you're fine.
Yeah.
Not in comparison to you, though.
Well, you better kill me, because...
Okay, here we go. Oh, but actually, I got to drop down. Hold on. 1 and 2, because he is not aiming.
Mm-hmm.
Right? To get the weapon ready. So here we go. That is 1 hit.
Okay.
Now, his weapon is an AK, which I think is 2 damage, and 0 armor. Let me tell you where you got hit.
Okay.
Looking forward to justifying. Oh, fuck me. It's the head.
Ouch.
Do you have a Kevlar helm?
Checking that right now. Does not appear so.
Okay, I'm justifying getting another purchase by getting my cards out here.
Yeah, no, I'm CIA, not military.
Not good.
Okay, so that is 3 damage to the head then. AK-74. Go. Is the AK-74 or AKM the one that the Spetsnaz use?
Probably. Well, I mean, the AKM probably, the carbine type.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, then that is, and this is justifying the item deck that we got.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay, so you, that is, I need to roll a crit for you then. And see here. Okay. You are concussed. So you are. It really rang your bell. Your coolness under fire is reduced by 1 step.
Okay.
Understandable. Getting shot in the head will do that. And speaking of which, I need you to give us a coolness under fire check.
Okay. I'm just gonna put a mark on my token there. Just remember that I have that problem. Okay. Coolness under fire.
And I forgot to run for cover for this idiot. So I'm gonna go over there. I mean, idiot. He, 3. Okay.
Okay. And I don't see coolness under fire on my.
It's tough. CUF it's on the combat tab, the top right.
No wonder. Okay. Yeah. So now I need to lower that by 1 step. So I'll just do it over in the basic roll here.
Yep.
Okay. And okay, here we go.
Let's see.
Jeez.
Can you push coolness under fire?
I don't know. That's a good question. You probably can, but it's going to cause you stress.
It'll cause you 1 stress. Yeah.
You get a stress anyway from losing your coolness.
Oh, yes, right. You got a shot. So you'll take 1 stress as well. Your blue bar?
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And do you want to push that?
Yeah.
Okay.
She does. Here we go.
Nice. Good. 2 successes. Awesome. All right, then. So he's run for cover. He got his pelvis shot. So then and he's already moved all he can for his action. The other guy's dead. Gibbs, you're up. What are you doing?
Gibbs is going to try to chase this guy down.
Oh fuck! Hold on. Campbell's your buddy. Do you take stress damage?
I'm not close.
I mean, you would have heard her cry out.
I think only if
they die, right?
If they go down.
Okay. Okay.
But
yeah. So we can look at that afterwards. But yeah, that sounds.
That's a good. Yeah, Campbell's my buddy. So hold on.
Which means if you're doing stuff to help her, then you get +1. +1 step, right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh man. But he's kind of far to run. It's kind of far to run.
If you witness your buddy being injured, you risk suffering mental stress.
By see my buddy being injured?
Which you did not do. Yeah, you didn't see her get injured, so
right. Awesome.
You're good.
All right. I mean, I guess I could move over there.
Okay, if you want to do that, it's step up your mobility by 1, and then go ahead. Just keep it at the same because it'll be step down 1 by the train.
Okay. So just roll mobility as is?
Yep, just roll mobility as is. Let's see how you do.
1.
So with 3 hexes.
1, 2.
So that's a fast action. You still have a slow one.
Yep.
2. I think you can.
If I hear Campbell cry out, I'm going to run that direction.
And you can see that there's
1, 2,
a Spetsnaz. The radio operator has got he's just finished firing the gun off at Campbell.
Right, I'm going to shoot him then if I can.
You absolutely can. And
it's short range, but it's intervening stuff.
Oh, which is excellent. Which means I think isn't this the one where if you roll?
I hit my own person.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. On the whatever it is, the fail dice, the exploding.
The ammo. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to shoot 1 time.
Okay.
But is it? How many do I step down then?
2 because it's a long arm.
A long arm, so it's normally is.
But step. Oh, sorry, 1 because it's your buddy.
Oh yeah, that's right. So. CC.
Go.
Probably better to do CC. It's probably better to do CC. Okay.
Here we go. Right. Come on.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Beautiful. All right. So then that is 3 points of damage. What's the hit location?
Am I rolling or are you rolling?
You roll. Do you have, Carl? You got a box head, don't
6. You? No, but I can roll that. 6.
It's a head.
6 is a head. Yeah. 6 is head.
Yes. Nice. And I'm going by the illustration. These guys are kind of pared down Spetsnaz, so that's 3 points of damage. Give us a 1d10 for crit to the head. A little tit for
got his ear.
Fucking, you shot his ear off. Crop ear. A little Deadland or Deadwood reference there. Okay. Okay, so then I need to make a coolness under fire check for him too. And failed.
Oh, nice.
So you guys have routed an entire squad and killed.
Well, this guy's not done yet, right? I mean, this guy can.
He's running for cover.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't that the way it works? Like you have to run for. When do you get to try and recover?
No, you just lose one round. So after this round, he can.
Oh, okay.
Get back to it.
Okay.
Unless he keeps getting the insult, right?
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, because there's in my defense, there's a completely separate set of suppression rules in War Stories, and that's a game I read cover to cover shortly before prepping for this one. So I've got half of those rules and half of this one.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
There's a lot of things to.
It's a lot, but it's moving pretty smooth. Like for a first time for a combat with a lot of stuff moving, yeah. Pretty good. Yeah. I mean, we got a vet of Twilight 2000 helping us, so there is some standing on shoulders going on here. But okay, so Gibbs, that was your turn. Campbell, what are you doing?
I want to shoot this guy in the face.
Okay,
please.
I think it's a good. Now, it's funny you mentioned that.
Yeah,
there is such a thing as called shots.
Yeah,
it's -2.
Yeah, I don't really want to do a call shot. She's so fucked up right now to begin with that, and she's not used to this kind of situation of weapons fire. So she's just trying to get the gun up and just take a shot at him and take him out.
Okay.
So here she goes again. She's just shooting one time.
One shot.
Yeah.
You want to push that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
There we go.
Beautiful. So it's and roll hit location.
Oh yes. That is, god damn it, chest.
Okay, so it's +1 armor, 3 points of damage, so still 1. So you hit him squarely in the chest and you knock the wind out of him. Then it is Doc's turn.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm just counting up my spent ammo. All right. Okay, so Doc is going to move. So I'm going to make a mobility for him to see how far he can, if he can get a little extra. So here he goes. Oh, wait, sorry. I didn't. Well, it doesn't matter. I only moved 2.
Okay.
1, 2.
You didn't step it down?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So he gets there. He doesn't want to hit his companion, his ally, but he does see this guy up here.
Yep.
So I would get
the fucking Elvis.
So I would get -1 step down for the foliage in between us.
Nope, that doesn't actually.
No, that's a.
Yep, that doesn't seem to count in this game.
Okay. Okay, great.
It means that because you're not aiming, it's a quick shot. It'd be
so
-1
from that, and then do I get -1 as well because it's my range is only two hexes and he's 3.
2, 3. Oh, that'd be another -1.
So yes, I'd be down by 2.
Down by 2. Yeah.
I think he's gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
He's very cautious, so he's gonna be he's not great though. All right, so let me go back here. This is gonna be interesting.
Hit. And that exploding dice means nothing. So we unloaded a couple shots there. Is that what?
He was just firing. I meant to just be firing 1. I used the
the ammo dice. Yeah. So that's only if you're trying to add extra shots in. Like in that case, he would have emptied the clip at the guy. Oh no, it's only 1. No. It's only 1. So ignore that. So we'll take the 6. That's a hit. Go ahead and click on the weapon. It's 2, isn't it? I've got the cards for all these here anyway. So hit location.
Hit location is chest. My die likes falling in the chest.
Jeez. All right, so that is 2 points of damage. Unfortunately, hits the flak jacket in the chest and does not do anything on this guy.
Okay.
Although, I mean, he would being shot. I think when you're hit and it absorbs it, you still need to make a coolness under fire check. I think you just didn't take damage. Tabby, what's Tabby doing? Oh, you might be muted, Carl.
Yeah.
Tabby's gonna aim and shoot at that guy.
Okay, go right ahead.
So that I stepped down 1, right, because of the intervening.
No, I mean, I don't think, like, I'm looking at the list of things. Terrain doesn't seem to... Oh, you know what? You are right. Yes, you're absolutely right because of the terrain type list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, but you want -1.
All right, so it's better to be... aiming doesn't matter. Doesn't... Oops.
No, it just offsets the penalty you get from snap firing. Look at that, though.
Well, I mean, that's the B. I guess I'll just roll a D6 and see. I rolled 2d6. I was going to roll 2d6.
Wait, why is... Hold on. She's got training in ranged.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to... I hit the wrong thing, but that's okay.
Okay, got it.
So I have 1 shot, 1 hit, and I used 7 ammo.
Is she... Hold on. So Tabby's agility is a D10, and her range combat is a D6, so it should be a D8 and a D6. It's only 1 step down,
Yeah, but
right?
you had me... I stepped down 1.
Right, by 1, but a D10 down to a D8. It should be a D8 and a D6 she's rolling.
Oh, gotcha. See, I'll do it again.
Okay.
D8 and D6. Right.
Here we go. Come on, big money. Here you go.
Nice.
3.
All right. So 3 shots out, but she does manage to connect with one of them. Give us a hit location.
Yep. 3 damage, 2. So hit location.
Come on.
Arm.
To the arm. Okay, there is no armor on the arms. So that is 3 damage as another crit to the arm. That gives 1d10. And this guy's dead anyway, but...
He's dead. Okay. Nice.
So you spin him around as you shoot him in the shoulder, and he drops down dead.
Yep.
Okay.
I spent 3 more ammo. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so then their turn. All right. So this guy, start of their turn is when they recover. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's...
Unless the insult continues, but then we can make another coolness under fire roll.
And the other guy got shot at this turn, so he's still... he's having a run, I guess. So let me... And he dropped the radio.
He dropped the radio, yeah.
Yep, so... he stumbles 2 this way. He's trying to get away from you, Campbell. He's sick of getting shot by you. The other guy... not going to for suppression, but I'm going to see if he's going to keep at the fight, if he's going to withdraw. Nope, he's GTFO. Okay, he's still on the map, but he's right there. He's withdrawing. Okay, then so that was all of the surviving Spetsnaz. Gibbs, what are you doing?
Gibbs going to try to chase this guy down. Don't want to get him.
I'll extend the map if need be.
Yeah.
For
so
this,
do the mobility. All right. Oh wow.
Nice. 4 hexes.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Okay. He's gonna shoot him.
Oh, clear shot 2.
Okay.
So it'll be -2 in total.
Yeah, -2.
That's a great mobility roll.
Yeah. Some BC. Oh, so it's gonna be CD, but.
Can't.
Right. CD.
Is it that bad?
Yeah, his it's BC for his range combat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So stepping down to be CD, right?
CD, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. But
okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Come on. Oh, and I guess any ammo dice too. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll hit location.
Arm,
but no armor in the arm, and that triggers a crit.
Yeah.
It was a 1d10
damage. 8. Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
Shattered elbow. He's not shooting anybody anytime soon. And it's lethal.
Yep. He's done.
He's going to bleed out in 10 minutes. So his arm is shattered, and then he drops the... let's see here. Left or right? Let's see here.
9.
Yeah. His dominant arm.
More.
So you can see it just like it's attached to the... to the rifle still, but only because the strap is still on there.
Yeah, I'll yell at him to surrender in Russian.
Yeah, well, I gotta make
or Polish. I probably know some. I probably know. We said I knew a little Polish. To probably Polish and then Russian.
You definitely would have like surrender or whatnot in Russian as well, and you also have conversation. You got passable kind of Polish. Okay, so it's 3 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right, let me make a coolness under fire check. He's already failed 2 of these. I'm actually gonna step him down because everyone else is dead in here. He stops and turns around to you. and he's trying to. He puts the one hand up, and he's saying in broken English, "Surrender, surrender, surrender."
Okay.
Campbell.
I'm going to do something similar, which is chase after the guy who formerly was holding the radio. So I'm going to make my mobility check here.
So he stepped down by 1.
Oh,
there you go.
Damn it! Yeah, I forgot to step out.
That's okay.
So that should
3
actually
you can
be.
Move.
I only need to move. Well, I guess I could be in the same square as Hex as him.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to move right there, so just so we can see.
Yeah, these are 10-meter hexes in theory, right? So.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So get there and I'll do the same thing in a perfect Russian accent. I'll yell, "Surrender now."
Give us a persuasion check, and I'll let you step that up by 2.
Okay. Well, that would max me out, so I will just do. Here we go. All right.
He drops the gun, drops to his knees, puts both arms up. And awesome. You've also, I mean, I imagine you were able to say it in flawless Russian as well.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Yes. Awesome.
So with Campbell's got a pretty nasty, graze on her head. And Gibbs pulled something, in that fight.
And this guy has a lethal wound. I don't know. It's up to the doc, right?
Yeah, it's up to the doc.
Is it as lethal immediately or a stretch?
No, this is one of those ones where it's lethal, yes, it's a stretch.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, no, a shift. You got 6 hours.
Oh, okay. You got time.
Yeah.
All right, well, Gibbs is gonna move behind this guy and kind of motion him forward, grab his gun and motion him forward.
Yeah. And you can see his arm is absolutely annihilated. So he's got his right his left arm up, but then he keeps trying to grab the right one and
okay.
Oh.
Campbell will do the same with her Spetsnaz. Grab his gun and move back toward Doc.
Okay. The Doc's probably got maybe we should take a little break.
Yeah, sorry, the mid-session break?
Yeah, maybe we should take our mid-session break after that, so we can then triage and think about.
Oh, fuck! It's been 2.5 hours. Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
I tell you guys, time flies.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a good game.
Oh, guy. All right.
Yeah.
So you have the old guy in custody. You have Croppier in custody, and you guys are moving back to the dock. Okay, so let's let me do this. You know what? You guys, we'll take our mid-session break. I'm going to move us back to our camp here. Because I can bring your prisoners over here. I got I'll scrap I've already named them in the thing. That's probably easier.
Oh, nice.
Than that. Yeah, this is one of the we were talking about the Free League workshop. The NPCs I got, these images are all from one of their products. It's a NPC generator.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're clearly AI images, but
but for our purposes,
yeah, great for a nameless, NPC characters. Great stuff. Okay, so then for those listening at home, and I'll hear he's not suppressed any longer. Let's take our break now, and then we'll be back in about 5 minutes, and we'll see what happens next.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I can't believe how fast the time is going. Oh my God. Like we started pretty much on time as well.
Yeah, I mean, combat can, I don't know if it's slow because a lot of stuff happens. It's pretty exciting.
Well, we spent a good chunk of time talking about where you are, what you're going to do and whatnot. I feel like combat probably took, an hour, maybe? And like, I think that's part of the course for, especially for a game we haven't played before.
Mm-hmm.
With me as a GM, I should say, because it's a different thing. Oh yeah. Did you what do you call it? Did you realize how intense it is as a player, the combat?
Yeah, I mean, I do. I mean, it can go. It's pretty tenuous sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when someone gets shot in the head.
Yeah. That'll ruin your day.
You can lose an ear or you'd be dead, right? Instantly.
Yeah. So let me give you the names of these guys as well. Let's see here. Just got an email from Roll20 about their updates. It's like, was one of them that you've made it so the cameras don't work in half my games?
Yeah, exactly.
Carl and George, would you each give us a D100 roll? Let's find these guys some names.
56.
56, okay. So their names are Yakov, the old guy. I'll put his name down here. You guys want to... They'll last long enough for that to matter. But Yakov, what's his surname? Yakov Lukin. Go. Yeah, this is the kind of emergent play stuff I just fucking love. And yours, Carl, 84, is Torrenti. I'll flip it for the surname, 48. Rabinovich. Torrenti Rabinovich. There we go. So, you have Croppier with his ear shot off and a pretty nasty bruise in his abdomen. You've Yakov, who has had his elbow absolutely annihilated. But Campbell has had her bell rung pretty badly as well. Campbell, since you're the only one who suffered a crit amongst the veterans, why don't you give us a D6 roll, please?
Okay. 2.
2 days. You're gonna be suffering this ringing in your ear and whatnot for 2 days. So
I guess Doc can patch it up, though, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to the healing rules here.
Yeah, I mean, he also, because he's a field surgeon, he gets a +1 modifier to medical aid rolls for treating critical injuries.
He also has, I believe, surgical tools. Oh no, he's got painkillers. He took that instead. Yeah, I love the gear in this. Like they don't have a gear deck yet, but I really hope they release one.
Yeah,
just because there's so many neat little things that binos give a +1. +2 to recon when scouting or observing. I do love night vision goggles. They have a reliability of 1, so like they'll break almost immediately. Oh, that's great. All right, so I was looking up the medical supplies. All right, so personal med kits. If you use that up, it gives you a +1 to medical aid rolls. And the pain reliever heals 1 point of damage in 1 stretch. And there are, I can't remember how many doses you've got there.
I've got a bunch. I think 15. Let me double check that. Yeah, 15. I have 15 doses of the pain reliever.
Okay. Doc might have a problem we're not aware of here.
Well, wouldn't be surprised.
Yep.
So I think, yeah.
Let's see here.
resolve him trying to tend to her first.
I'm just flipping to the treating stuff. All right. So let's see here. It's vehicle combat. And unfortunately, I did not get a chance to attack your vehicle. I mean, fortunately, your vehicle did not come under attack.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly.
If they spotted it before you guys got a shot off, I had intended them shooting the engine out.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Just because I think like that would be a way of deterring flight.
Yep.
Right? So, where is... Here we go.
Its recovery is on page...
It's like 74, isn't it?
73.
Okay, here are critical injuries. Healing critical injuries. All right. So first there's the healing itself.
Okay.
You can treat anyone. It's a slow action. You make a medical aid roll, and their heal number of damage points equal to the successes rolled.
Okay. Now he gets a +1 modifier because for treating critical injuries because he's a heal surgeon.
This is the damage. I'm just talking about the damage. So like,
this is just regular damage right now.
If you use a personal medical kit, it'll step up the roll by 1. Gibbs is only down by 1, so you just need 1 success to patch him up. Campbell's down by 3, so you might want to, there might be a reason to use the kit. For crits, each crit has a specific effect. If someone tends to you for a shift per day during the process of healing a crit and makes a medical aid, that day counts as double. So if you're treating the wound and checking in on it, that's pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's no skill modifier for this one. I'm seeing if it... Yeah, I think it just... treating... I think each crit needs to be treated.
Okay.
And then if... Oh, okay, hold on. So, like, the lethal ones... so here's the way the crits work. If it's a lethal crit, you need to stabilize someone, so then you need to make your medical aid roll with no modifiers. All the critical... for these non-critical ones, the only effect it has is it doubles the day. So we said 2 days, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So then what this would be is a... basically, if you make a successful roll in this and you spend the shift, like you spend the rest of this morning treating this guy, or treating Campbell, she'll recover her from her concussion the day after tomorrow.
Okay. Cool.
Now for Yakov is fully bleeding out. His elbow is absolutely annihilated. He needs to be stabilized, but I'm checking to see what you need for that, though. Like, I don't know if you need a...
I think Campbell walks up to Yakov, points her pistol at his head, and says to Gibbs, "We only need 1 alive."
Oh, okay.
What does... I don't know how Gibbs reacts to that.
Do you have Gibbs? Let's see.
So it's worth mentioning that in the game, and I think it's a really neat thing, you need to fail an empathy roll in order to kill someone.
Unless you have a talent.
Yes, unless I have a talent.
That's sociopath like Campbell.
That's right. You can kill an incapacitated person outright without suffering any negative effects.
All right. Well, Gibbs will hold the guy. He goes, "Sorry, buddy," and he steps back.
Okay, so I'll just...
Which one?
Yakov. I'm not going to waste med supplies on...
Okay, I'm going to make a
enemy.
Coolness under fire check for Cropier. He drops to the ground and he's weeping. His English is not great. He's just saying, "Not die, not die, not die."
And she just gives him a look and turns away.
Okay.
Hey, Doc, you should treat that buzz cut that Campbell has before she shoots someone else.
Yeah, Doc is freaked out by this, so yeah.
Gibbs, because he knew this was coming, he's turned his back. I think Doc and Tabby both suffer 1 point of stress.
Mm-hmm, that makes sense.
That's
makes
just
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with
Pretty
that.
shocking amount of violence. So then, Campbell, what? This is so morning too, right? Like you can barely, dawn is coming up at this point. You can hear the birds, you know, crying in the background. Doc, do you wish to treat Campbell's concussion?
I think what I was thinking about doing in tell me if this order makes sense was having Doc fix up Gibbs because he's the easiest, which he's not going to use a med kit for, so it'll just be a straight roll.
Gibbs will heal in a shift, but okay.
Well, Doc is concerned. Yeah, Doc's concerned. You just did a lot of, if it weren't for you, this would have gone much, much worse for us.
Yeah,
so.
Also, I can't, for some reason, I can only change I don't see the blue bar at all.
You don't see the blue bar? Hold on.
Oh.
I mean, I see the circle, but I can't change it. For
you can't change it?
No.
Sometimes I'll change it, and the like bar itself won't change, but the number.
Is it Gibbs or Tabby you're talking about?
Oops.
Tabby seems
Tabby.
to Tab. Hold on, let me.
Yeah,
you know what?
Yeah, you got it.
No, I changed it, so it's a fault on my side. I didn't. Here we go.
Okay.
I set up her. This was set up after last night's game. So
yeah.
I was trying to. Everyone can see everyone's token now and the numbers in them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Doc is gonna do a medical aid on Gibbs.
Okay.
So here we go.
There you go. A little tensor bandage, and you're good to go, Gibbs.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, Campbell is a little bit harder, so I think he's gonna start out. He's going to use one of the med kits from the squad gear, so I gotta take one out of there.
That'll step up.
Does he have one on? Yeah, I just want to see if he has any. Double check if he had any on him too. No,
he should in his backpack.
In his backpack, he has field rations, clean water, and grenades.
Oh, he has I know.
Grenades?
He does have pain.
Yep.
Yeah, he was about to pull one out, but you took out 2 guys basically immediately. But he does have 15 doses of the pain reliever on him. So, but the med kits are in the. No, we just.
I guess you could give Campbell a shot of pain reliever to get rid of damage as well.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to do that too. So I think he's going to. So it's the pain reliever is on a 1-for-1 basis. Is that correct?
It is, but you can only use 1 point per shift.
Okay, so I'll give her 1 just for now.
Okay, so she's down to 2. Do you want to roll first and then administer?
Yeah, I guess
you're stepping up with the personal med kit. I think you're stepping up to 2d12, right? It's like AA.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So why don't you roll that first, because you could conceivably roll 3 successes.
That's true. Yeah. All right, here we go. Oops, let me undo that. There we go.
Look at that. So.
Okay, 1.
2. You could push that as well, if you want.
I think this is what he's good at, so he just feels like he just was nervous, and after what he just witnessed, so he's going to try to calm himself down and try again.
Look at that. So you wouldn't roll all of them again. You would only roll the ones that weren't successes or ones.
Yeah.
But that's 4. Yeah. So you know what? Like you've healed all the damage without having to resort to anything.
That's
to any of the pain. So your pain reliever you haven't used at all.
But Campbell has this nice stitched up scar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your damage
you look all
0.
Campbell, you look all road warrior.
She just gives you a look, and it's a half smirk. Yeah, she puts her sunglasses back down.
If seeing my buddy get injured does actually cause stress, just FYI.
Yeah, but you didn't see her though.
Well, I see it now.
You see it now, yeah. So why don't you bump up your stress by 1? Or you did already? Oh, you did already. Okay, great. Love it. Okay,
now,
so
he's also going to wind up having to start treating that critical that she took. So
So that's no modifier to it. It's just a flat. You'll get a +1 because of your field surgeon. So again, it'll be 2d12.
2a. Yeah. So here we go.
Yeah.
There you go. No problem.
Okay.
So she'll have one, like a nasty headache tomorrow.
Yeah.
But so it's 24-hour period because of the shifts. You know what we can say? By the time noon tomorrow, it'll be gone.
Okay, great.
Yeah. All right.
So Doc feels better, but he still lights up another one of his last remaining cigarettes.
So it reduces the stress by 1.
Here we go.
Maybe you should pass those around.
He immediately does, of course.
We had a half a pack, an extra half.
I don't know how much a half pack is.
I don't either.
Half pack. They're usually what? I can't remember. I never smoked it, but
me either.
There would be, nights out, and when I was like 18 to 20, where I would. I think it's 24 in a pack, isn't it? Depending on whether you get those long, things or the little
20
in the pack. So let's say there's 10 more left in the pack.
Okay, perfect. All right, so everybody will take one, I guess, since we'll have 6 left. All right, so let me edit that.
Joking at James, I'm pretty sure that game mechanic is sponsored by Marlboro.
It might be.
Lucky strikes.
All right.
Updating that, and then -1 stress for her. Okay. All right, so
Tabby's gonna
smoked him.
Yep. Cool. Yeah. So what do you do with this guy? Do we want to move? I'm sure that all that gunfire.
Yeah.
So we want to strap him to the roof or what?
You can.
I was thinking put him in the hatchback, maybe.
Oh, do you want to like treat him or just let him?
So you guys have 6 hours. You're having to spend the whole shift here anyway. It's not going to be. It'll be to like short after noon before you are able to leave anyway. What are you? You would have time to. I guess for a couple of things you'd have time to. For one, does someone want to keep on watch during this period? And then second, is there any other activities?
Gibbs will keep watch. Tabby will start collecting all the stuff.
Oh, from them. Good call.
From the bodies.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep. So then,
because Doc's docking, and Campbell can, while she's being stitched up, question this dude. We'll tie him up.
Yeah.
So almost scarier that she's doing it in flawless Russian while her head is being stitched back up. This guy shot her in the head trying to stop her, and it didn't. Okay, so Gibbs. Actually, here, let's. There are. Why don't Carl give us a 2d6 roll and George give us a 2d6 roll?
2d6.
Yeah.
1 and a 6.
14 more field rations, guys.
Oh, nice. These guys are loaded.
Yeah, I'll update that.
They also each have an AKM with. Let's see. The upsides to being special forces is got a fair amount of extra ammo, I think. With 2 reloads each. Each has a knife. Each is wearing fatigues.
Yeah, that's one of the funny things in the group that I'm running. They've collected so many, like, general purpose machine guns, Russian RPKs. It's so funny.
Going to the arms dealing business.
It's got a collection of PKs. Yeah. Well, it was good because like they don't keep these AKs. They just give them to like a village. Like, here you go. Defend yourselves against marauders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this stuff's only a weight of 1, and that trunk has I think it's 75 cargo, 60 or 75. It's on the handout.
Cargo 75.
Fuck yeah. So, what do you intend on? The food, obviously, you're taking with you. Oh, they would have. You know what? I think they would have. They must have water rations on them as well. Right. Great. So why don't you give us a? Let's say there's half that amount, so give us a 1d6 roll each.
Yeah.
And then I guess the concern that Doc might have is this would be in canteens. Communicable diseases are a thing in Twilight 2000, right? So that's 5 from you, And then, I think Carl might have stepped away.
Is there a way? Is there anything I can do about that potential of?
Oh yeah, I think you can boil it. You need to spend time cooking, just like that.
So maybe, yeah, that's what Doc will be. Once he's fixed everybody up, he'll spend some time sort of dealing with that kind of thing.
Okay.
Checking out the rations and checking out the water supply and boiling it and making sure it's all potable.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Carl, give us a 1d6 roll. This is how many water rations. 6.
Oh, nice. All right.
So 11 clean water rations from them. What I mentioned to George is that because disease is a thing in this, that you might want to be concerned about whatever these guys may have been carrying with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was saying that Doc could be boiling it while we're doing everything else over the course of the rest of the shift.
Well, for this shift, Doc needs to be ministering to her, right? Because that's what he's spending the shift doing.
That's right.
So we do wait. So Tabby, I guess.
Sorry, Cole, you got.
Yeah, I got.
There you go.
There you go.
You're the voice of God.
Yeah, I had to reload. So Tabby's going to collect all the bodies, and I guess, I don't know, she's going to ask Campbell, because Gibbs is probably out reconnoitering. But Campbell, what do you want me to do with them? Drag him down the river, toss him in? Put sticks on him?
He tells her to disrobe all of them.
Why does Doc have stress again and Campbell doesn't?
Oh, that's weird. Oh, you know what? I might have given. You know when I might have added. Okay, wait. I might have added when I was giving out stress initially. I might have given it to the wrong token.
Okay,
and I just
so Campbell
deducted the stress.
Yeah, Campbell should have one right now. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so when I just deducted
did everyone stress clear?
Everybody took a smoke.
Yeah, look,
except for Campbell. I don't think Campbell smoked, but.
Oh, because you guys spread. Sorry, forgive me. I want to make sure there wasn't something wrong with the tokens.
No,
I forgot you guys spread. Yeah, you spread cigarettes around, right? That's awesome.
But Campbell had like 2 stress, I think. So.
Campbell only had 1 from getting shot in the head. So if it's clear, then ignore me. I missed that. Okay. That's all. So she should be at 0.
Okay, cool.
Again, this segment's sponsored by Marlboro.
Yeah, exactly. We spend most of the game.
It'll cause cancer in the long run, but for now, don't you feel cool?
Exactly. I mean, don't worry, we still have 6 left.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's the radio too. You guys
green apple cigarettes.
Yeah, we have that radio, but
radio too.
That.
Oh yes, that's great.
Well, here's the cool thing with the radio is you can spend a shift listening in on the radio, and you might pick up chatter or rumors.
Yeah,
that's great.
So, and it doesn't have.
We might do that on the road, though. I don't know if we need to do that now. We can.
No, and like Tabby was doing her stuff to get everything ready and dealing with the bodies. Gibbs was doing that. So, Campbell, would you give us a? I think you're about as terrifying as you can be at this point. So, would you give us another persuasion check? I think did we lose Carl from the chat? No, Carl's you still there.
Yeah, I don't know. Something happened until roll 20.
Okay.
I gotta get back on there.
So I think it's a plus. Yeah. It'll be 2d, 2d12. You're rolling 2 A's, right?
Okay. Awesome. Yep.
Success. So, what are your questions for the? I don't know what is the equivalent of private in the Soviet Army.
That is a good question.
I mean, I guess he wouldn't be private because he's a member of the Spetsnaz. Let's see.
Yeah, he might
be. To
the
interweb. Let's just see here.
He might be a specialist.
Yeah. Spetsnaz ranks. Here we go. So it's officer cadet. Officer cadet is the entry level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What would be the? Let's see if I can get a
first lieutenant or second lieutenant.
Well, I'm curious what the actual Russian word is. I'm assuming they don't use it in English.
It's actually in the Twilight 2000 second edition book, but it's in the other room for me.
Oh, cool.
It is basically the same, just pronounced with
a K. Cadet.
With a lieutenant.
There we go. All right, so he is. You can call him Cadet, I guess.
Okay.
And to it. So Cadet Rabinovich. Is looking pretty banged up, and he's at your, your disposal.
I just want to clarify that we, and I don't see any kind of twine or something, but I want to basically try to tie his hands behind his back in some way. But I'm looking around in our squad gear too to see if we have anything to do that. Squad gear.
I mean, you could take a belt off of one of the dead men and use that to tie his arms up, I think, right?
I'll do that. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to be able to she wants to put her pistol away for the moment.
Okay, so we're out of combat. So, guys, I have a new track for us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I got 3. So those, Matthew had mentioned about the track in the comment. Again, music, all the music for today's session is from White Bat Audio. Carl Casey at White Bat Audio. Tons of great stuff on YouTube. And it is free for content. It's copyright friendly for copyright for streamers or for other content creators. Great fucking stuff. Did that start playing? No, it didn't. How about I hit play? There we go. Ooh, it doesn't want to play.
I hear music.
I hear music.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have turned it down so much. Hold up. I think I turned down my side so much that I can't. That's weird. It's not working on my end.
Interesting.
Let me try to stop it and start it again. Here, try this. Oh, that is collapsed.
I hear it again.
Oh, that's weird. It's not playing for me. Here, let me do this. I'm going to remove it, and I'll add it again. Delete. Go. Tracks. It was this one. Go. Go. Let's try this again here. Nope. Collapsed. That's weird. I don't know why. Maybe the cache is full.
I hear it now.
Yeah, that's a different track.
Okay.
Oh, it's showing a 0, 0.
I hear it. I hear it again.
Do you? That's so weird. It's not playing on my side.
It's very low.
Let me do this. I'm going to try. Here, I'm going to try refreshing the browser. Could be the cache is full, or I don't know. I'm just using words now.
Computer. Memory banks.
I think I hacked the mainframes and the who's it and the what's it. Let me turn my thing off here. All right, let's see if this works now.
I hear it.
Yeah, it's at 0, 0 on mine.
So weird.
It's so weird.
It's kind of like a synth kind of.
It's a great fucking track.
Yeah.
But
I hear that different one too now.
Oh, it's weird. Yeah, and mine, it's just not. None of them are playing other than that. I wonder if I get rid of this. Hold on, let me try lead item here. That is darn peculiar. Remove all of them. I'll add in because this is clearly an important part of the game. Come on.
We did talk about it quite a bit before we played.
Yeah. You know what? I can't even get it in the manage, like the preview in the managing audio. I can't get this one to play.
Weird.
That is really strange. Yeah, and it's just collapsed now. That is really weird. I don't know why that is. That's a real shame. That's a great track. I actually like that one better than the other one we were using, but we'll just go back to that one. That is quite all right. Oh, and that was not working now, too.
I hear it.
Do you? Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it's got like a Stranger Things intro vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear it. It's
can you? Yeah, geez, it's so weird that I can't hear it.
Yeah. I can see it even. I'm looking at the jukebox and I can see it.
Yeah.
Ticking up.
Dang, nah, but yeah, mine's not. Well, here I will give it since I don't need to enjoy it. I'm going to give you guys here the one that I was. It's my favorite one I've found of his. If it'll actually play. Oop. Is that playing for you now?
Yeah, Space Dust.
There we go. Awesome. Okay. All right. So then for those listening at home, I do apologize for suddenly having an end to the music. I don't know why that's... I wonder. Hold up. For the folks at home. Nah, I can't. I was just saying I can download it to this track, but I can't. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. I have an idea. Let's see here. Go.
I'm enjoying it. I'll say that.
That is excellent.
Cool.
Here we go. Okay. And for those at home, I think this will work. Nope. That is not the track. More trouble than it's worth. Sorry. I was trying to switch it. I'm like, well, I just play it in YouTube in the background, but I guess I'm logged in as myself and not Dungeon Musings on there. So for some fucking reason, I can't get that to play. Anyway, that was a long work. Well, you guys are enjoying it. That makes me happy. All right.
And anybody else watching, you can go to your own YouTube channel, go to your own YouTube account and listen to this track on there.
Yeah,
for free.
It's a great. Oh, hold on. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why it's anyway. All right, so then what do you wish to ask of Cadet Rabinovich?
So I assume we already had gotten their names at some point up to this point. That's how we know what they're who they are. So I basically have, and I ask these things in a very like curt and straightforward, no nonsense, like you better give me a straight answer or things going to go south fast kind of way.
Yeah.
So I want to know what division they're currently serving in, what their current objective.
Let's just back up just a moment.
Yeah.
It's a sandbox game. Yeah. I think just think broader terms. What is the meaning, the consequence of the trivia? So what would you be wanting to know? What do you think you would gain from knowing what division or regiment or whatever else he's part of?
I was trying to see if they even still have any kind of like active force, that's together at all, or if these guys are just out on their own.
Yeah.
So basically, are they part of any kind of military unit still, or are they out here by themselves? And B, if they are part of some kind of organization, which could be, a local, criminal. I mean, it could be anybody. Why were they what were they hunting for in the woods? What were they looking for? Were they looking for, American specific, a NATO target specifically, or what was their objective? Skulking through the woods here.
Yeah. So what you would know is that they... Let's see. Oh, for Pete's sake. So I'm trying to do this in the background with... I don't know why Google on one computer is not remembering stuff on the other computer the way it normally does.
Oh, weird.
All right. So what you know is that, or at least what he can tell you is that the unit that he is part of, which would have been the... Let's see here. The third guard's Spetsnaz brigade, they are still active in the area, but they are greatly diminished as well.
Okay.
So where is it here? Oh, it's Sweden. Yeah, third guard. They're down to like almost a fifth of their operation reset force strength.
Okay.
They are basically sweeping the hills, cleaning out the any resistance or remaining NATO forces, and their orders. If you push for it, their orders are to shoot to kill. They are not supposed to take any prisoners at this point.
Okay. And then I guess the other thing I'd like to know is where are they headquartered currently, or where are they based?
They were operating out of Kalitz. Kalitz is.
Oh, they were. Okay.
Yeah, in full Soviet control now.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
And if you have questions about, let's see here, the others, I can tell you. Where is it here? He has some insight into some of the other locations too.
Oh, great. That's my next question. Because we want to know, I basically question him essentially about the route that we're talking about taking, which is basically southeast.
Okay.
To Krakow.
So let's take a look at the map, because I can tell you he has some insight. Spetsnaz fortunately do get around. He can give you a little bit of insight into what to expect for some of those crucial nearby places. So, there we go. So Prashka is where you were hoping to go. Is that right?
Yeah, that's our next stop, or our next main large location that we want to get to.
Yeah. His intel is that a Soviet deserter from the 9th Tank Division is located there. Has set up as a would-be kind of warlord.
Okay.
In Prashka,
yeah, in Prashka, yeah.
Or how we pronounce it.
Yeah, I don't speak Polish, so
Prashka.
He could tell you basically the immediate surrounding areas here. So, Wajlun, again, apologies for any Polish viewers.
Yeah.
That place fell to marauders.
Okay. Got it.
That there's, raiders and whatnot. Zok Zoxu.
Jacques. ZF. Is that a ZF?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, and Chess, and I guess Chesahova is CH. That must be Zachu.
Zachev. V's, W's are V's.
Oh, okay, so Zachev, yeah.
Yep.
Zachev is... not occupied by anyone at present.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay,
Sirad's has been used by Soviets as a like R&R base.
Oh, okay.
Which is crazy because it's right between like Operation Reset was going right in this direction here too.
Mm-hmm.
And the Soviets were based out of Lodz.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Soviet R&R place, as far as they know, or they don't have any intel about it, about any Soviet forces occupying there. This place was like leveled by marauders, and then there is a deserter tanker who has taken over Krashka.
Okay, I'm gonna check in with Gibbs to see if there's any other information that he would like to try to get out of this guy.
Did they have a vehicle? Were they on foot?
They are on foot.
Yeah. How long till they have to check in, and then the frequency of their command on the radio?
Okay, so you have the frequency for their command, and they check in once a day or as needed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything else you wish to ask of our intrepid cadet?
Are there any other squads out here searching in this area where we are?
There are.
He knows that.
Though he doesn't know where they're ranging and
where
kind of going where.
Yeah, we'll listen to the radio late on our next shift to see if we can find that out. Okay, that's good to know.
I definitely think we should get going, once on the next shift.
Yeah, agreed.
Especially if they're in the area. I mean, I feel, I don't know, take our chance with the Marauders. I don't know if I want to deal with the Russian tanker.
Yeah, I agree with that. The Marauders aren't necessarily immediately our enemy.
Right. I was curious that Zlochev is unknown.
It's not occupied currently.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Last we knew, what Chestashova was like nuclear. They set off nukes there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we go deal with them, or at least do some recon with regard to those Marauders.
Do you want to go straight south along the river still, off, and then cut across once we hit the road? Then
that probably makes sense, just in terms of making sure we don't get ourselves lost in an area where we know there are Soviet special forces operating.
Although now we have water.
Right. We do have water.
So we could just go straight through the forest and then come out to, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess either way, we're going to hit a road.
Right.
It's just where on that road do we actually come out exactly? So yeah, I guess we could do that. Maybe
straight to the forest is better now that we don't have to worry about water, and then stick away from the water because it's probably be trafficked. I mean, yeah. Okay.
I think Campbell, especially in these more like boots on the ground situations, is going to defer to your strategy, and that sounds very good to her.
Oh, kind of like that. My freehand drawing there.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shifts I guess maybe 6 to get to Wayland.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna take like a day, 2 shifts, right? So.
Yeah, because you're halfway through the current hex right now, so it'll be if you're traveling.
Gotcha. So
yeah.
Like this. Yeah.
Depending on how you could travel tonight too, just that it's the traveling. You'd be at night shifting from one hex to the other one, so the. That's when you'd be making your navigation check. Although if you're traveling on the river, you don't need to worry about getting lost. So I guess I'm setting up a scenario that doesn't really exist. So is that the plan?
Yeah,
so maybe we should head along the river just in case we do have to drive at night.
At least just at night, and then we could go inland.
Yep. Okay.
Right.
So we do that for
So
that was a morning shift. So the afternoon shift we try to get going.
Yeah.
Well, then we have one more question though, which is on this shift is with regard to this intel we're getting. What do you want to do with this guy?
Yeah.
I'd like
what
to
do
take.
you do with
I'd like to. You know what I would like to do.
I mean, I don't feel good about.
He knows we're out here. He knows how many of us there are. He knows what kind of resources we have. He might have even overheard our names. I mean, this is just letting information out like that out of our control. I don't think it's a good idea.
I don't know. I don't feel good about just killing a man and you surrendered, but you did the other one. I guess I would blindfold him, strap him to a tree, or blindfold him and throw him in the river.
He might survive that.
He's got nothing. What's he going to do? I mean,
he's got one of the most important things there is, information. That's my fear.
He's at most 2 days, assuming he doesn't get lost, at most 2 days away from Khalid's.
This is like a kind of, I think, a moment for Campbell where she doesn't normally operate on a team like this. If she does, it's like a one-off. So she's trying to figure out how to do this properly, and she knows that her only hopes and everybody's hopes for surviving this are to work together. So normally she would just shoot him and not even think about it, not ask anybody any questions, but she's trying to make it feel like it's a group decision as much as she can.
Well, Gibbs will say though, if you think it'll keep us safe, then you do you, Campbell. Because his moral code is to keep him safe no matter the cost, even at the expense of his own.
So here's what here's what I'm thinking to reflect this in the group is Campbell's going to be fine with murdering this dude. The others, what I'll allow is an empathy roll. Gibbs is going to get plus one step up on it because it fits with his code. On a fail, you'll lose 1 stress. On a success, it'll just be like, well, like what else are we going to do with this guy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. That seems fair. What she'll try to, I think that's what. I mean, she'd be happy to do it, and she'd be happy to take him away from the group. He's not
happy about it. Yeah. So I would say definitely.
Well, they're going to hear the gunshot, so they're all going to know the moment when it happens.
I think it makes sense. It makes sense for Tex because no matter the cost, even at his own sanity.
Yeah.
I mean, even
1 stress, I think, for Gibbs.
Oh, I got a 1 though.
Oh, but that's only if you push it. That's the only time you suffer consequence.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Tabby got a stress too. So.
What about Doc?
Just by the way, in terms of where he's at, his moral code is that he can't save everyone, but he's sure as hell going to try. So
we're going to reduce his. Here's what we'll do.
I feel like he needs something else, some other penalty or something.
I think either it's a step down on the empathy, which is the boring choice, or it's a consequence of 2 if he fails. 2 stress.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think that
We're gonna plow through those cigarettes. Yeah.
Exactly. He's gonna have 3 at the same time. Okay, yeah.
I should warn you on the back of the rule book in very small text. There is the game consequence of addiction and cancer and all.
Exactly.
It's also a really terrible picture of the inside of someone's mouth. I don't know what's that about, but
and a really black lung.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Yes. Okay. So he thinks, I guess, the way he kind of rationalizes this for himself is that, yeah, he knows he can't save everyone. That's not possible. And if he has to save anybody, it's going to be his people.
Okay.
So he kind of but it's hard. He's really trying to make that, just feel justified. But yeah.
And I think we don't need to spend any time on it. I think oh shit, does she waste a round on him?
Oh yes, I think she.
Because you guys have knives.
Well, she'll shoot him with one of.
Well, you guys have knives now.
Yeah, I do have a knife. I have a knife, but
yeah.
Also, I think gunshot would give off your location.
Yeah, that is true. I think I'll. Yeah, I think I'll have to.
Knife.
I mean, I know what I'm doing with a knife too, so I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'll try to make it as quick as I can.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to draw it out or whatever.
Well, maybe unexpected as well, if she's being merciful.
Yeah, I think that is her.
Yeah.
What she's trying to do.
I don't think we need to dwell on it beyond that. We say.
Sounds good to me.
Happy
I need to
happy
make
hunting,
Cadet
Rabinovich.
Yeah.
All right. So Campbell comes back into camp. You guys have taken the cover. I wonder if now that you got some good cover for hiding this stuff, whether you kind of you don't have bungee cords and shit. Never mind. I'll say whether you kept it strapped to the top of the vehicle just to keep it so for setting up your next camp, but you got no bungee stuff.
Well, we got all their belts. We could just strap.
Oh yeah.
And they're
true.
So
why don't we do this? Because we sort of retroactively added in the idea of getting the extra benefit. What if we have, until you get rid of that stuff, you've got cover that'll give you one step up on your recon rolls to hide the camp.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
That's awesome.
All right.
All right. So we got to drive.
Because now I'm even more concerned now because we know that these forces.
Yeah, there's more patrols.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So then for the afternoon, you guys have packed up and you guys are going to be heading off for this. So first thing we need to do is Tabby needs to give us a driving roll. Is Doc helping her?
Yeah, I think he wants to take his mind off things anyway. So yeah, he'll work with her.
And Gibbs has been working through his sleeping shift, his normal sleeping shift, I think, right? Doesn't he normally sleep in the morning while everyone else is kind of...
No, he was sleeping in the evening. He's sleeping in the evening so he can watch at night.
Got it. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so then Campbell or Gibbs, is there anything you guys wish to do? Remember that if Campbell either uses or loans the binoculars, those give 2 steps up on recon to spot.
Yeah.
I think because she's the best at languages, she wants to be listening to the radio.
Okay. Well, Gibbs has a good tech. Gibbs has a good tech, but sure, Gibbs can do that. Can watch too.
Awesome. Okay, so let's.
Oh no, the Tabby has a good tech. Sorry, Gibbs doesn't have tech. Gibbs will watch, and yeah.
Okay.
Campbell can listen.
Binoculars.
So let's start things off here. Let me get the terrain modifier. So Tabby driving through woods -1, but Doc is. So Docky is helping, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So then just a flat, whatever her driving score is.
Okay. Oh.
Well, that's...
Yeah, she has to.
This isn't a passive one, so you can push it.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice. And no things. All right.
Yep.
So she, you're able to make your way along without any mishaps.
Okay.
I really look forward to seeing what's happening on that thing. So the so Tabby, you're making your way for the afternoon. I have mindful that we have 40 minutes left. I will tell you guys how optimistic I was. I have almost a week's worth of things pre-drawn. I'm like, I want to make sure I'm ready for this shit. So I have a week's worth of randomly drawn things ready to go. I have my cards for the encounters all stacked up, so I have them because I don't know where you guys would be, whether they would trigger or whatnot.
Yep.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, at my birthday game 2 years ago, I thought you guys would make it to Krakow. So there you go. No way.
It's just, wow. There's so much. I think I love it just in general. I love this kind of like drinking up the scenes and spending time in stuff. I love taking time to play through the fiction. This is fantastic stuff. Like, what an enormous amount of gameplay you can get out of this.
Yep.
Definitely.
All right. So you guys are off-road, and it is the daytime. So it is, let's see here. Let's do the encounter last, because Campbell is listening in on the radio, right? And
yes.
Do you have to make a roll for that, or is it just you automatically get to roll on rumors?
It's a tech roll, I thought.
Is it tech roll? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, well, that'll be in the referee's guide. Oh, yeah, I forgot it's called a referee in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I am terrible at tech.
Yeah, I'm one of the. I mean, when Tabby gets a break, but she's driving, so you can't.
Check, George. Can you check? It is in your player's book in the gear. It's an R392A radio. See if that gives a modifier to tech.
Okay.
It's a Soviet one, the R392A.
See here. Oh, we're actually. Two. Three.
Yeah, no tech roll. You should listen in.
Two. Okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any? So there would be no modifier then. So.
Yeah, that's. I don't see that there is. Yeah.
What's the range of it though? I'm curious.
Radio range. U.S. military, Soviet radio, R392A, short range, 5 kilometers.
Oh, wow. So that's going to be, this is not something that's going to be listening in quite far off. So I'll sort of interpret the rumors roll for that.
It's like at random, signature, right?
Yeah.
It's not.
So it's intended for a tactical level of communication, it says specifically, so that makes sense.
Okay. Give us a 1d10 roll then, please, George.
Okay. 10. 8.
This is going to be a pirate, Polish funk station you pick up.
Well, that's okay.
All Polish covers of James Brown songs. It's going to be great. How do you say super bad in Polish? Oh my God! I swear to it picks up what appears to be a rock station.
Awesome. That's great.
So that's canon, I guess.
Okay. Yep.
You got wow. Yep. So this picture a Polish singer of super bad or living in America.
That's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Love that. That's exactly what we needed after the events that we just, the traumatic events we just went through.
It's okay. So here's an interesting thing: is you could make a tech roll to try and triangulate the source of this. Like, where the hell's broadcasting?
So I don't know if I can. Yeah, I mean, I can attempt to do that. I'm not good at it. So I don't know if I can switch with somebody who's better at that kind of stuff.
I think what you can assume is that, like, maybe in the next shift, you still have access to it. It's not like it's going to be. It's in the course of this day's travel.
What I'll do is I'll see if I can figure it out, and then if not, I'll turn it over to on the next shift. Be like, hey, here, I can't figure this out. So here we go. Tech roll.
Holy shit!
Okay.
So,
wait, nope. That was Doc.
That's Doc.
I've got the two things. I literally have the two things collapsed right next to each other. The two sheets.
The D10 and D8. And I don't know.
No, I have no idea.
No idea where. Okay. So it is as what I need now is Gibbs. Would you kindly give us a recon roll? You can step up twice. because of the old binos.
Passive recon roll. Okay.
Nice. 2.
2. Yeah.
All right. So it is about, I think it's about a mile or so off when you spot a tendril of smoke coming up over the horizon. And I think with that good enough of a roll, a couple things you know. For one, this is not a smoldering vehicle, so it's not that acrid black smoke from some vehicle that's been destroyed or burned or whatever. It's not someone, burning tires or whatnot. It's certainly not a forest fire. It's not that billowy, white shit that comes off from a forest fire. And if you can make me picture where's everyone in the vehicle? I guess that you guys are in the back, aren't you? Because
yeah.
So you sort of like manually crank the window down and lean your.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's cooking meat. It's just hint, like it's not like it's permeating it. It's just sort of the to be able to pick up those little hints, and you're otherwise in really undisturbed land. So you think it's probably a settlement of some kind.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah, I let Campbell know she's listening in on the Free America radio or whatever it is, Free Poland radio.
I really wish I had a Polish translation ready. Just saying living in America.
Yeah.
Someone's cooking something. I point, I tap her on the shoulder, point to the smoke. Do you want to check it out? Bypass?
How far ahead does it seem to be?
It's I think relatively in the direction that you are traveling.
Okay.
And like you know, this is sort of around a bunch of different preserves. So in the early days of the war, this stuff would have been set aside. There would have been no reason to be going here or whatnot. But as shit ground on, particularly in the last 2 years, people have started relocating. And if you wanted to go to a relatively isolated place, this would be an amazing location to locate yourself.
What do you think? I mean, I feel like, we could try to barter for some food or something, but otherwise, I guess we could get intel from these locals. I mean, we might as well. On. They're not completely not trying to hide.
We have trade gear. We have, lots of.
Yeah.
Well, how much ammo did we get, Kevin, by the way, for the AKMs?
Each of them carried 2 reloads for each of the weapons. So it'll be 8 reloads for the AKMs.
Yeah.
8 reloads. Okay.
Yeah.
And only one guy shot him, right? So shot out.
Yes. One guy got and it was only a single shot.
Oh wow.
He got off. Yeah. I think the Spetsnaz don't travel with it in full auto. Like I don't know if the selector is on a AKM, but or if there is a selector, but I'm assuming they're not just emptying the clip right away. I have no basis on anything to judge that. I just think that's probably the case right now.
So everyone has an AK basically now.
Yeah.
With 2 reloads effectively.
Yep.
Right. I think we should go investigate. Possibly stop a little ways away and move on.
So do you want just Gibbs and Campbell to go, or do you want like the whole group in Tabby and Doc stay with the vehicle?
Maybe we let Tabby and Doc stay with the vehicle.
You two guys
but we don't park that far away. I mean, maybe we just, get within like 500 meters or something.
Okay. So then, hold on. They mentioned a different SRF for each manual. Different mechanics for stealth. That were, where is it here? Whoop. Does not have it in there. Stealth is not listed in it because when I was reading Ambush, it was talking about similar to the rules for stealth. So I thought it might be. Here we go. Ambush. Whatever's described under recon. There we go. we go. Recon. The person or group is trying to stay hidden is always the active party. They must roll more hits than the opponents to remain undetected. Okay, so let me tell you, you are going to get, because you're in, assuming, kind of keeping to the woods, that grants you, what is it? It's like at least one step up on infiltration, right?
Yeah, I was just there.
Foliage is +2, so if you stick to that, and there would be both available in here. And let me tell you what they're rolling. Okay. Here we go. Recon, thank you. Recon is intelligence?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Amazing. All right. Okay. Remember, you guys are both wearing fatigues, or at least Gibbs and Campbell, you could have taken fatigues from the Spetsnaz. That steps up your recon by 1.
And do we both make checks, or just the person with the best?
It'll be group. So for this one, yeah, it'll be group as well. And let's see here.
I'm maxed out at AA, so
yeah, I was gonna say you're definitely better than I am.
Yeah, and you cap out at +3 to any checks. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would use the lower recon in this one.
Okay, so that's me. All
yeah.
Right, so here's
you want push that?
I'm gonna push. Yep.
Okay. So success, but you suffer 1 damage.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's intelligence, right? So you suffer 1 stress.
1 stress. Yep.
Okay.
There we go.
Then we see a cigarette lit up from the bushes. Okay, so what you can see, this appears to be somewhere in the. Oh, I didn't load them. That's because there's actually, from this region, there's some fucking awesome pictures of like relatively rural little farming communities and stuff. There is a small farming community made up of about 6 buildings that seems to have a handful of guards that are sort of keeping watch, who honestly you could easily mistake for hunters. And in total, you'd guess that there's about 35 people here.
Jeez.
So a small community of about 35 people. There aren't any flags up in here. And let's see here. I think this would be a recon check again, too. This is, and I'll let you, because you're, well, I think here's what we'll do. Instead of having a bump up, why don't you both give us a recon check? This is just for more recon. Of an intel thing. Yeah, so both of you guys, you look at one another, and you both, like, if there is an exchange of words whatsoever, it's to simply say, like, it's Polish civilians.
Yeah.
There's not a single uniform among any of them. You guys have Campbell would be certainly, I think, both of you guys, because you're ranging quite a bit as a ranger, I guess. A+ for that sentence construction, Madison. Doing your recon as a ranger, you would have no doubt come across this stuff. There's tons of these communities that have just popped up across southern Poland in particular, just trying to get the fuck away from the war. So it looks like there is, I think past experience, Campbell, you would know this just from going around. These places, they can be safe harbors. They can also be places looking to score brownie points with somebody. Yeah. So it's a bit of
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That was my immediate fear, is that they may, there's a lot more of them than us, and they might want to grab us and sell us or sell the information we have.
From what you can see, there are only, there's maybe 5 or 6 armed people among them, and they're all armed with shotguns and, pistols like stuck into their belts.
Do you want to approach them and I'll cover you, or do you want to skip it?
What do you think we can get from them? Or was there something specific?
Well, so we're between, where are we? We're between the conflict and Vailun.
Is it helpful if I put the Poland travel map on here too? Like just drop a smaller version?
I've been going back and forth.
I've been looking back and forth. So I kind of know where we are.
Yeah.
I mean, we could get some more. We have no intel on Zvachev, and maybe we can learn more about this Marauder group in Vailun. Clearly, they led this Marauder group potentially.
Yeah.
So maybe they have friends back in Vailun.
Yeah, she buys that. They could have fled there, and who knows? I mean,
yeah. Well, I'll stay hidden and cover you. If they try to, I'll just open fire. I'll try not to shoot you in the face.
I'll think about you. I'll have a cigarette in your honor.
Yeah. She stoically, she actually kind of grins at that dark humor, and she'll nod and say, "All right, wish me luck."
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I've got my pistol. I'm not going to take the. I don't think I should take the AK.
Yeah, I'll probably use it. I'll probably stick with the AKs. Just if we have to fire, then use that ammo instead of our stuff.
Okay.
And the and the AK has a little better range. So.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll head in armed only with my pistol.
Pistol, okay.
Yeah.
Am I crazy? There's a random. There's a chart for random reaction, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. It's in the solo section in the appendix, and
awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
With cards.
Yep. Here we go.
That's kind of how they did it back in Twilight 2000.
Oh yeah. The second edition too. You used cards to I like that they carried that over as a way of informing. I forgot you didn't use jokers too. I thought you used jokers in second edition though. I could be wrong.
It's easy to just draw again.
Yeah, I'll George, you've got your encounter cards with you, right?
I don't actually. I did not get the encounter cards.
I thought the encounter cards were part of the box set.
Oh no, sorry. Yes, they're underneath. They're underneath. I put them at the bottom of my.
Would you shuffle up and draw a card for us? I've got my encounter deck kind of messed up right now because
I literally didn't even open it because
justifying another purchase. There we go.
Exactly. We play so much. I put most of the time playing not in person these days. It doesn't want me to open them.
I think I've got an extra deck of cards around here somewhere. If not, I got like a zillion Savage Worlds ones.
Yeah, I got a bunch of cards.
Okay.
If you got one in reach, Carl, why don't you go ahead and just draw a card for us?
Okay.
Yeah, you might be faster. I'm just getting it now.
Yeah, I think I had to use a multi-tool to get in the market. Yes.
There we go. They're nice cards, though.
They are really cool cards.
Everything they make is very high quality.
So one thing is you may have accidentally be shuffling the initiative cards into there too, George. If he's open.
No, I took the initiative out.
Awesome. So go ahead and cut the deck and let's see what we got.
All right, here we go. We got orphans.
What's the suit and
sorry, 7 of hearts.
Oh, good.
Okay. All right.
Hearts is usually good.
Yeah. Okay, so you tell us how you approach this community.
So I'm gonna head toward whichever is the closest armed guard.
Okay. So,
and I'm gonna have my hands.
I might have a. Oh, you know what? I think it's give us a 1d6 roll, George. I think there's a 2. Okay. There's a 2 and 6 chance this is a woman.
1.
Okay. So it'll be a man, but let's see here. Oh, this is great stuff. Here you go.
Nice.
So he has, let's see here. He has a pistol that he sees you coming down. And I'm sorry, did you say you have your hands?
Yeah, but we keep my hands up, and I'm trying to have a smile on my face. Yep. Not like overdoing it, but just like friendly, I guess is a better way of putting it.
Yeah.
Look at my face, and in Polish, since I speak Polish,
seems like an alien describing what human emotions are like. I am what you humans call friendly. See my smile.
Exactly. It proves I am friendly.
Do you not see my smile, human?
I know how it works. I'm speaking in Polish, and I'm saying hello, friend.
Yeah.
I'm a friend.
Why don't you step up your persuasion by 1 and go ahead and give us a roll?
Okay. Alrighty.
All that stuff mapped together.
That's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Great. Here it comes.
Great stuff. Okay.
2.
So he sort of you American.
As you say this in English or in Polish? Yeah. So I'll continue in Polish then.
Actually, here, you know what? Hold on. Before I impose that on you, you got 2 successes. What accent are you affecting?
I'm purposely. I could actually use the Polish accent, but I'm choosing to use an American accent because I don't want him to think I'm hiding anything.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Then he says American.
Yes, American. And I point to my pistol, but not putting my hands near it, and say, trying to leave the war behind.
Okay, he nods.
I'm stranded here. I'm trying to get home.
He looks. Where'd you run from?
I was in Kalisz, and I don't know what happened, but
Kalisz.
Yes.
You've been walking 3 days?
Luckily, I was able to find a vehicle to get myself most of the way.
He looks up in the woods and doesn't see. You left it up there.
I point right to where it actually is, and I tell him it's 500 meters or so that direction. Parked outside the village. We didn't want to scare you. No, suddenly a vehicle driving up out of nowhere.
We are friendly. You have. Where do you go? Where are you going? I don't know why I'm speaking broken English. You speak flawless Polish, so does he. He's not a moron.
We both, yeah. So I'd say that's an excellent question. But first, I have to tell you, I have a companion with me. May I bring him out to join us?
American soldiers?
Just one.
Just soldier?
Yes, American soldier.
He has your car?
No, we have 2 others who are back at the car, a doctor and another soldier.
You have doctor?
Yeah. Do you? Yes. Are you in need of a doctor?
We have much to trade.
Okay. So let me have my friend go and bring the car here with the doctor and the other soldier. There'll be 4 of us total. So she's like very precise and gives him as much information as she can because she knows that's a way to like establish some trust.
You have 2 soldiers, you and doctor.
Yes, the doctor is part of our military, but he was a doctor.
He looks at you like, who the fuck else would be in the middle of Poland in April of 2000? Like,
so she laughs out loud, and like, yeah. So yes. Yes, you understand.
Wait, was laughing a signal to open fire?
This guy.
No.
Oh God.
No.
Yeah. So I'm gonna basically call out to you.
Okay.
Gibbs, to go back to the car and come back with everyone.
Okay.
While I stay here.
So, so we'll do that.
Okay. So you go back and hop in the car, and
Gibbs is still wary. He's not going to limber his. He's not going to,
If Gibbs wants, I can tell you, you can walk about as fast as his car can travel. So if you want to like walk alongside like you would with a wagon or something like that, you can certainly do that and keep up with everybody.
Okay. Yeah, he'll do that.
Okay, so you keep yourself to the side. While they're going, this guy is he looks you up and down. And he says, "You're not soldier. You're not." I don't know. Again, I don't know why I keep making him sound like he's a fucking idiot.
It's hard because it's like we want to do an accent, but then we're not because
I know. Yeah, it's just
they're speaking fluently to each other. So,
exactly. Like there's no and he's not speaking
I totally get it.
English. Yeah, I don't know. It's my freaking brain trained by media. So what? You're to blame, Hollywood.
Well, I guess so. You're not wrong.
It is something
you're not
you
wrong.
do. So
yeah, it's true.
What? So he says you're not a soldier.
No, you're right. I'm not a soldier. I was with the intelligence services of the U.S. government here to prevent what actually has happened now.
He looks at you and kind of his eyes narrow. Let me make a quick roll for this guy. I don't know how much this guy is in the know for. No. He nods knowingly as if like, but he doesn't, for those who may be unfamiliar, in the setting, there's always been this rift between the Defense Intelligence Agency and the Central Intelligence Agency, the sort of like military government, civilian government split that carries forward to back home too. And the DIA-CIA split is carried over into this edition of the game too. So this guy does not seem to know that one way or the other.
No, but that was why Campbell has been having some difficult time kind of teaming up with this group because she thinks that their ways of going about things are incredibly drastically different from the ways that her agency and her moral code is agency first always.
Yeah.
So she thinks that her people could have prevented what has happened, and that was what they were attempting to do. Yeah. So she just kind of leaves it when she sees that he doesn't really know all of those about that political situation. She's just going to leave it at that and say, well, unfortunately, we find ourselves in this situation where things have gone very, very wrong for you too. I see your community here does it look like it's been like some of the gates and buildings that are newly constructed or anything, or does it look like it's
this is not like there might be one building that is older than 20 years, but I mean everything else here has been thrown up around. There are just some there may have been someone who was a landholder bordering on the preserve that, people kind of moved out and set up. Who knows? Like or they could have, but from the looks of things, you would judge that the community itself is probably no older than like 2 years.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll kind of, in conversing with him as we're waiting for the car to arrive, I'll just sort of, question him gently and like in this friendly way about, when did you decide to come out here? Were you fleeing the Soviets, or was there a warlord nearby, or that just like kind of just very basic
and like this is just one of those. There's tons of communities across southern Poland that just they've decided like what, you guys sort it out, we'll figure it out afterwards.
And she's not trying to get intel, she's just sort of making conversation just to establish a rapport, basically.
It's probably enough time for the car to come rolling down the hill with Gibbs at a trot on the side. That tensor bandage really did the trick. You're not even limping now. And as he comes down, as the car comes down, Doc and Tabby see he kind of waves at them. There's more people from the village who have come over to see what's going on. And the community itself, you know what? Actually, I think we're 10 minutes off from end of session. I think as you guys are coming into this town, that's, I guess, where we're going to have to end the session. Because we don't really have time to get into
warhead
as a Hind helicopter comes over the horizon, wipes everyone out.
I feel like it's a good point.
Yeah,
a good end point, because it also showcases that there's other kinds of places, in the these regions where you would be traveling through. It's not just like, oh, you just keep fighting your way from one place to another. There's
definitely
all kinds of situations.
Well, and it's I think I will say the source. We were talking about this before we went live, and I really wish that what Free League had done was take more of the basic information about Poland, the surrounding region that some of the previous editions had, and include that supplemental material instead of having a bare bones amount of material about both Poland and Sweden. I understand why they did it. It's just, what I find is that there's an amazing tool set in the setting or in the core book, but I don't know if you're the same too, Carl, but like I found myself having to go to either older versions or supplemental material to supplement an understanding of what the broader parts are. Because like if you don't want to just continually randomly generate stuff, you're going to have to at some point create fixed points beyond the handful of settings they've got in the core book, and that time. I feel like it could have been, the space in the rule books could have been better used, even with like a Greyhawk Gazetteer style of like, this is where the city is, this is where the city is. For those who may want to look for that kind of stuff, you can find online an amazing overview with a hex grid map derived from the older editions that has like 80 pages of reference for all the different hex grids that are around there. It's not current with the timeline in the current one, so the certain references to different things are different, but like even just to have ideas for like what's going on in the different cities, that's huge help. And you said, Carl, there's also a Polish supplement too, right? As part of the Free League Workshop?
Yeah, there's a Central Poland source book by the Free League Workshop people.
Did you find? Are there any other like random encounter tables that you found in the workshop?
There are. I know they're there. I haven't checked them out. I know this one also has. This also has like this supplement. Central Poland sourcebook also has random encounters. But, you're right. You can always go back to like the first edition stuff, and they do have like a little gazetteer, from the first box set through stuff around Krakow, stuff around, while you're on the Vistula.
The thing I am referencing is, let's see here. I can't remember the guy's name. I'll include the link down below, but it is Twilight 2000 Eastern European Sandbox Hex Map Index, and it draws from the original core book with Escape from Kalitz, and then it incorporates locations from the four
that's great.
Free City of Krakow, Black Madonna, Pirates of Vistula, Ruins of Warsaw, and Going Home.
That'd be actually very handy. Is that on drive-thru?
I'll flip it to you. No, it's free. It's a guy posted it for free. He's got a consolidated map for it with all the hex grid, with all the specific references in it, and then it includes honestly.
I gotta switch back. I gotta go back and forth between books.
I'll flip to you, Carl. I'll after the section.
I'd love to see it too. That's great.
Yeah,
that's great
because it's really. So that's the only for myself. That's the only negative thing I would say about the box set is that fabulous set of tools for running the game. It's very light on concrete stuff about the setting. Do you guys have any thoughts about is this your first time playing, Carl? Or I know you run it a bunch.
Yeah, it's the first time playing. It's definitely more tense from the other side.
Yeah, I imagine.
although truth be told, I do get worried if my wife's character gets in trouble, right? So,
well, definitely. You're smart.
What about you, George? Any comments on the?
It definitely feels different from the first edition. It feels what's a good way of putting it? It feels less military, like less military focused. Than my experience. And again, this is my experience playing. I grew up in a military family. All my friends were in military families. And so my friend's dad was like was a general at West Point, blah, blah, blah. So we did have that kind of built into our group, but the way we played, at least it felt like, that's why I was saying when we're ending here, I really like this because it's like a little taste of home. Like we're meeting regular people, trying to go out their regular lives, just trying to survive, and not part of a military So the way the system is designed, which is very different from the older versions, the percentile, et cetera, it has a really great, fun set of mechanics themselves. So even the mechanics, while it is an intimidating milieu to be in, there's enough cool, interesting, different mechanics that are simple enough to grasp really quickly. I haven't read through all the books like cover to cover. I just looked at it enough for me to know how to play, but it's easy to pick up. So I thought that, and I love Martin Grip. He's an amazing artist who does so much of their stuff, and all of it is done so well that it's really enjoyable to just be, immerse yourself in. Whereas I feel like the original edition was so dark that it was sometimes I had to just put it down. So yeah, I thought it was actually really, despite the fact that I was playing a character that I normally wouldn't, it's not in the normal style of the kinds of characters I play. It was fun to play her as that, because that's her job. That's who she is. And one thing, there's two really cool mechanics I really, really like. The buddy mechanic, I think it's really cool. It's not just you have a buddy that connects you to the group, which is always cool, but there's mechanics related to and negative.
And we got to explore them in the session, which was good.
Totally. And the same thing with the moral code. I thought that was really an awesome idea, because it reminds you that you can have a moral code even being in a circumstance like this.
We didn't get rid of goals in the game whatsoever.
Yeah, there's like a big dream as well, but
yes, big dream.
Yeah, which is cool. Too. It seemed like your characters seemed a lot more competent than what I remember, like, say, starting characters in Vaesen being. The game mechanics feel like, especially the stepping up of dice, that is a very, very, very clever mechanic. I really like how that feels. And even like, if you can't, if you don't want to think about it in terms of like, hey, the B goes down to this and this goes down to this. What I was doing when I was stepping up, stepping down, is I pick up my starting stuff and I'd be exchanging dice out as I go. So playing with the actual dice themselves would be an absolute piece of piss of keeping track of that.
Yeah, I actually, there's in Dungeon Crawl Classics, they do a similar thing, a dice chain. And what they have to help with that is like you put your dice on this. Oh,
that's clever.
And so you can just go like, okay, I'm stepping up. I move one up and I grab that one. Yeah.
First game I'm aware of that did that, Earth Dawn.
Earth Dawn. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Earth Dawn had that dice step mechanic as well.
Totally, which I also liked back then, so I was really ingenious. But very few games use it, so yeah, I liked. I think it works really well here.
Yep.
As opposed to just plus minus small numbers.
Yeah, small numbers. Yeah,
step is, and it's the kind of thing that I like, because with flat numbers, you're getting closer to a certainty for successes. Whereas if you're just modifying dice, there's always that risk. And that is something that's fun in this, especially with the way the push mechanic works. That felt really good. I absolutely adore how they handle gear. Like every little bit of gear having some minor tangible benefit to it. If you got binoculars, awesome. 2 steps up on your thing. Like fatigues, 1 step up on all your recon. Like everybody is a little better at recon because all your soldiers are wearing fatigues. Right? Yeah. It's just a nice little way of making that shit feel tangible for mundane gear, tangible in the game, in the way that magic items feel in like D&D.
100% agree. And because it's such dire circumstances, I mean, I literally thought at the beginning of the first encounter, I'm like, oh, we're all going to die now. Like I just kept the backup characters because we are all going to get wiped out. So that was really fun. And then we managed to survive. We then got some gear that we then made use of as we went forward. So yeah, I totally agree. I think that was really fun and great.
Yeah. And the persisting, what are you doing this segment? What are you doing this segment is, I think, or not segment, but shift. Is incredibly engaging. Like it's always stuff where you're getting to make interesting decisions. One of the things I find with There's a couple of times I love the camping rules from our Kingmaker game because they do a great job of adding that kind of mechanic in it. This does that, but better and faster. You know, there's always interesting stuff you can do, even if it's just helping someone else out to deal with a negative or whatever else. It's great stuff. Really, really great stuff. Yeah. Any closing thoughts on it? I love it. I can't wait to run it again. But
yeah, that's why I've been running it for almost 2 years. I think it's a really good system.
Well, when you mentioned the solo play section, Carl, I forgot that was there, and I was like, I could just like, you know, once everybody here in the house has gone to sleep, like I can pull it out and play for a few minutes, and you know. Yeah,
another cool thing, and I've done it is I mean, I know a lot of older games have this idea of troop play, and you definitely can do that in this game, right? You can have like and we kind of did it in a way because each character had a sidekick. If Campbell had gotten, you know, a nasty, because if you get shot in the chest or the head and you roll high enough, the character's dead, right? There's no, that just happens. But so, I mean, it's like troop play. So you have a platoon or so of characters, and in the 2 years that I've been running, you know, they have like literally like a platoon of people to, you know, run the vehicles and all this kind of stuff. And then there's times I even ran it at a con, like took a group of people from that troop and ran them in a separate adventure with totally new people playing, which I thought was cool. So it's very conducive to troop play. Cool. You know, you can have your main characters, but, you know, hey, if you're in a base somewhere, then you can have other characters go out and do things. So I think it's really conducive to a troop type of play. There's solo play options. Yeah. So, you know, and I think for this too, like if you run it sporadically, Kevin, then, you know, you just put new characters in there. And now, since we're in a town, add some Polish partisans or Polish characters.
Or who the fuck knows who's coming, like Soviet deserters or, you know, other Americans who've already made their way here. Like, it's a great way. Yeah, I think, and I don't know what I thought, how much I thought we'd get through. I prepared 16 encounters. Because I was like, well, I don't know how many we're going to get through. I hope this is enough. We got through 2 other things, and it's such a neat. I love how the way that the encounters are keyed to like on-road, off-road, daytime, nighttime camping. It's amazing. It's a really, really, really good mechanic. And
if you camp in place, there's a whole nother table.
Right? A whole nother table you work from too. So like, for someone who enjoys emergent play, like this has so many good things working for it. Because the characters, these are interesting characters who felt very different mechanically. And I mean, you guys are great role players, so like they're going to feel differently role play wise, but mechanically they all felt different. This is so easy to track. And this is only with one advantage of the many, many specialties that you can have access to. And I woefully underestimated how cool the specialties feel. I genuinely, like in War Stories, they adopt what they do in Alien, where they have talents, or like Vaesen, where they have talents, or like, oh, a special neat little ability. Those are very, very cool. But the specialties are super fucking cool. Like, it definitely makes you guys feel special in certain circumstances. You know? Yeah. Like, gives this thing of getting 2 initiative cards. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. Absolutely. All right. Well, then, listen, for those, I apologize for those listening at home. I killed the music, unfortunately, so I do apologize that you didn't get to enjoy the great Ken Casey. If you want to, Space Dust is the name of the track that I was intending on playing. It's so fucking cool. I've been listening to it all week while I was prepping for this. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, Twilight 2000, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. We don't have a channel dedicated to it, but I think we've got a channel dedicated to Year Zero games, maybe? I don't remember. I don't remember. Maybe it's Assorted Games. We've been talking about this under, but on the Dungeon Musing Discord server, there is a channel dedicated to Assorted Games, and we'll probably be yapping about this this week. I likely will be back running this again quite sometime soon, because this is really fun. I can't believe how fast the time went today.
Absolutely.
In addition, there's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have a great selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they also have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. if they also have a really neat want list feature where if something is listed but is not in stock, you can put it on a want list, and then they will send you an email when it comes in stock, and you'll be able to pick it up. Now, it is July 1st at the time of recording, so happy Canada Day to those who celebrate. But we don't have our new discount code yet. I forgot to do it before the end of the month, so I need to do that today. But if you listen to a more recent video, you'll find a discount code. And if you enter that discount code at checkout, you will save yourself 10% on your purchase. I hope to have that probably early next week. They're very responsive. So hopefully even as early as Monday, I might have the new video. Or new discount code. So by Wednesday, you may have that. So anyway, if you enter that at checkout for a purchase of $10 or more, you'll save yourself 10% on your purchase. There's also a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really amazing organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children, including, at the time of recording, ongoing relief efforts in Ukraine and the surrounding countries. Not only, I guess first off, all donations that go through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman, just goes to help out the kids who benefit from the services. And as a small way of saying thank you, we have, well, two ways. For one, if you donate $25 or more, every $25 gives you a chance to win the grand prize or one of the other great prizes in our next charity raffle. If you've donated $10, though, only $10 since June 1st, 2023, then you can vote on all the remaining sessions of our year-long charity campaign. We have 3 more sessions to go. Each session has had donors vote to shape the time, the space, the game we're playing, and the types of adventurers. And the last one I forgot to do because I ran out of time, but the other ones we've had connections between the different sessions too. So 3 more sessions, that's 12 different things to vote for in total, in addition to the connections between the things. If you donate $10 or more through that link, head on over to the Charity Initiatives channel on the Dungeon Musings Discord server, and you will cast your vote. Voting is open now for the era and the setting. So the last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our veterans. So Carl and George, thank you so much for playing this. We were trying to get... I was trying to organize this for about a month and a bit now, and I really appreciate you guys taking time so I could give this a try out. This was a ton of fun to run for you guys.
That was great. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Then we will be back with, well, gosh, we won't be back. Well, I'm sure we'll be back in the days after the end of the world at some point in the near future. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our veterans of the final war have encountered. Who are we kidding? World War III, let's just say. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.